selling product today is not much different from when I sold vegetables with Daddy's farm. But one time.
Okay, pumpkins, focus up. Look alive. Tuck in your tailpipes. Subversive thinking has arrived.
Humongous tinfoil catamaran.
HTC. It's anything you want it to be.
Build that catamaran.
Safety first. So, HTC stands for?
Humongous tinfoil catamaran.
Great, moving on.
It's the drunk car wash. They love it loud.
Can you switch it up? I need options.
High tea catapult.
Almost hot tea catapult.
Now that's on.
Hold this cat.
What does it all mean?
Happy Telephone Company.
HTC, here's to change.
What's going on, everyone? It's Nina Infinity. Welcome to my channel on this Sunday, where we will be discussing the 6th episode of What If. We're going to break it down. We're going to talk about it, what we liked, what we didn't like, all that good stuff. Welcome to my panel. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Script Doctor, how are you?
I am well. Thank you for having me tonight.
Oh my God, of course. Anytime. You are just a wealth of knowledge, and I'm always so happy to hang out with you. Please tell everyone where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter at ScriptDoctorPhD, and I do have a YouTube channel where I break down and analyze film and television. That's youtube.com/ScriptDoctor. Currently on hiatus because I'm writing another feature film, but when that's done, I'll have some time to add in some more commentary.
That's awesome. Teresa, lovely Teresa. How are you?
Hey, doing good.
Good. Tell everyone where they can find you.
Well, you can find me here on Miss Smart Muses, where I talk about what makes me laugh, makes me cry, makes me happy, makes me sad, or just really ticks me off. And so that's me. And I'm hanging around in various undisclosed locations and disclosed every now and then.
Oh my God, you're so funny. Just out of curiosity, did you even watch the last week episode?
The zombie one?
Yeah.
No, I didn't bother. I feared that it may have killed my will to live.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't so bad until I realized that the ending was not a two-parter. Yeah. I was like, what? So just FYI for everybody out there, Jayne is supposed to be here, but she's running a little late. Scott said he would be here, so we'll see, because he has a newborn. And I don't know.
Breastfeeding takes time.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I wasn't gonna say something like that, Script, but yeah. We don't know what's going on. I'm guessing he's passed out. He always says that, and then he goes to sleep. There's others, people that may possibly show up, but we'll see. But for now, it's just the three of us, and I think that that's plenty, because we have lots to talk about. But I'm just going to quickly say hello to the chat. We have Superman82. Hello. We have Miss Martin Muses in the chat. Dermot's here. What's going on, Dermot? We got Mega Mac. What's going on, Mega Mac? And Sean Bird is here. Naymans is here. Hello, Naymans. We had Shane Nolan here. Grand Admiral Adam says, Mandy's streaming. Now Nina's streaming. What is a guy to do? That's a pickle. For sure. I understand that. Mandy is celebrating her 6,000 subscriber count, though. So definitely make sure you stop by and wish her well. Love you, Mandy. Love you, girl.
And congratulations on the milestone, too.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, definitely. Definitely. Congratulations. I stream with Mandy on Monday nights on Midnight's Edge. We're definitely pals. We love each other. Just nothing but love for Mandy. So if she's still going after this, I'll stop by there and wish her well. But yeah, so thank you everybody for tuning in. Please make sure you smash the like, hit the subscribe button if you're new here, and share the stream out there so we can get more people in here that are maybe wondering what this show is about, especially if they're skipping it. Bad Dog Pete is here. Hello. Nice icon. Looks badass. Kaylee is here. What's going on, Kaylee? Good to see you. Awesome One's here. Hello, Awesome One. Everybody, really good to see you. Okay, so let's get started. Before we start, though, let me ask you guys what you thought of the episode. Teresa, what'd you think?
I thought it was an adequate episode, but at the end of it all, I was feeling why? Just why? What was the point? What did we get from it? Was I entertained? No. And toward the end, I was kind of, dear God, make it stop. So that's how I judge it now.
I was kind of like a little bit the same way too. I was like, what's happening in this episode? Like, I don't even know. But it was like I was like, okay, like it starts okay. And I'm like, okay. And then all of a sudden I was like, okay, this is not going well. Like it was just like going downhill. And then until it just kind of crashed. What about you, Script Doctor? What'd you think?
I was really wanting Zombie Avengers Part 2.
I did too. I did too.
This one here had some peaks, had a lot of valleys. It's a great example of how a person who doesn't understand the concept of 4D chess is trying to write a story where the character is playing 4D chess. Killmonger just knew everything. For some reason. It's like, no, you got to give us some connective tissue there. How did he figure this out? Why is he taking advantage of it? As I said, there were some peaks. One of my favorite peaks was actually the part where Killmonger he takes the plant drink and then goes into the forest of Wakanda and speaks to T'Challa, who then gives him that challenge of like, was it worth it to do what you did to get this point? I thought that was kind of like an interesting little moment there of like, oh, is there going to be a twist? Is there going to be a turn? Is there going to be something more? And then it just kind of builds and escalates more and more to the point where we as an audience are just frustrated by the fact that everyone is just falling hook, line, and sinker for everything this guy's doing and not raising the necessary questions. Well, the only two characters that raise the questions, we'll just have the chat assume the ethnicity and gender.
Yeah, we all know. The women. That was one of the things that I definitely noticed about it was like, this is like a heavily women are the best. They can do no wrong.
More like the smartest in this one here, because I don't think
and the strongest.
I don't know if
they had the freaking queen go out and like defeat the entire robot army pretty much by herself. Like that was
I was kind of surprised that the queen was also the general. It's inspired by Angela Bassett, who don't get me wrong, I would not want to fight her. I love her, I adore her, but I think even I think up until the day she dies, she's still going to be able to pull up a nice fight, a fisticuffs against anyone who goes after her.
Yeah, but still, you can't sacrifice your queen as like in a war like that. Like, and if you
I would say that's reckless. Yeah,
I would say that the king should go out there too. Then, like, if that's the if that's the hill we're gonna die on, then
the king should have his vibranium Black Panther armor, and the queen should have her vibranium other animal armor or Black Panther
whatever it is. Yeah,
to protect them from their, because that's what we saw in Black Panthers. Like T'Challa, he's the king at this point, but he goes to fight on the front lines, but he's wearing a Black Panther armor. He's very, very protected. Like it's
exactly. Which, by the way, like that was the other thing. Like the Black Panther got defeated like so easily in this. Like T'Challa was like, okay, Like
Yeah.
Killmonger just owned him like immediately. I was like, what is happening in this episode? But we're gonna start breaking it down though. So Stephen Otten, thank you so much for $5. Says, Hail Nina, Miss Smart Muses script, Wrench's chat, and those who may join us later. It was this or the Emmys. Nina and Mandy made the choice easy. Wow, I didn't even know the Emmys was happening tonight.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't.
Again.
Yeah, Shane, that's me right now. Once upon a time, I would have been like, "Ooh, it's the Emmys tonight," and like right now, I'm like, "It's the Emmys tonight."
Yeah, the award seasons, again, I always equate them to, it's like the company personal Christmas party where they hand out participation awards for best sales of this quarter, or most reliable person to call for help at the office or something. It's like it's self-congratulatory, patting yourself on the back. It doesn't have the meaning or prestige that it once held because, again, as the internet has developed, as people have been communicating more, you kind of see how transparent and fake they actually are. So the value is diminished when the people who are making the nominations and making the votes aren't doing it for the reasons that are merit based, or actually on skill and rewards and effort and things of that nature. So yeah, why not come watch us talk about a what if show instead of see the Emmys? We're at least being honest about it.
Yeah, why not? And also, I mean, just Hollywood, just such a mess right now. But I gotta say, Grand Admiral Adam, I totally agree with you in that statement. Like Wakanda is the new Rey. I feel like they've made it so that like Wakanda can do no wrong. Like Wakanda is like this. Like, and it's like
paradise.
This, yeah, it's like this paradise. It's like this place of like where no one does anything wrong. And I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. It just gives me like, ugh.
It gives me a little bit of a cringe that a very homogenous society is considered like paradise and perfect.
Yeah.
Like,
aren't
we supposed to be promoting diversity of appearance and thought and things? Well, not so much thought, but mostly of appearance. It's like that's the perfect ideal thing. But we have this one country that's isolated from the rest of the world, borderline xenophobic. I mean, they're not really fearful of the others; they just don't want them around.
Borderline xenophobic. They're straight up xenophobic. They don't like people.
They definitely
like
don't, but they still
themselves.
integrate to a degree with the outside world. I mean, they do trade with them. That's why they're such a rich nation. They just don't trade the vibranium. They use that to help with other things.
Yeah, well, and they're so perfect because if they weren't perfect, well, they're afraid almost to make characters from Africa not be perfect, which is actually kind of in itself a form of a stereotype from the past.
It's also an insult to the fact that you're not willing to be brave enough to show them in more than one dimension.
Precisely. Yeah, that's what
exactly.
I'm saying. The whole one-dimensional. There is a name for the stereotype, but I don't like to say it.
No, I totally agree.
The one that I'm talking about, it starts with the word magic. And
yes.
Yes.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but I get it. Okay.
Yeah, it's a stereotype that they've done in cinema with.
Yeah. I mean, the other part, too, is that it actually goes against the very first appearance we saw of a Wakandan citizen, which would be T'Challa as Black Panther. Like, he struggled with an art. He wanted revenge for the murder of his father. And his father was a very diplomatic king, very rational. Like, he definitely an ideal type of leader, but he had his own flaws, which we later learn out in the following movie. But the fact is that they set those parts up, and then they're like, okay, that's done. They've overcome their flaws. They're now perfect. We're just going to watch them in a perfect setting. And it's like, no, you got to keep building on top of that. We have to be able to, because I really, really was impressed with the Black Panther character, the way he was introduced in Civil War, and then his journey, and it was just so eloquently done in such very tight sections throughout the film that when he gets to that point where he's like, I was on this mission just to kill you because you took my father, but I'm not going to let you escape that easily. You're going to face punishment for your crime. You're going to live to know what the justice system will do to a man like you. You won't be able to escape through death. And it's like, oh, wow, I like this character because he's able to put the moral aspect of what he's doing ahead of his personal desires. It's like, that's awesome. And like, I can't wait.
There's a reason he's as popular as he is.
Yeah.
And you're right. And it's like they forgot everything that made him and them popular in the first place.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's so weird because, and then they tried to kind of do that with Killmonger in this, but I don't know. They didn't do it though. I feel like they didn't do it at all. I don't know. I didn't like it. I didn't like this one. I just didn't like it. Like I tried. I really did. I was like, okay, I think I like it. No, I don't like it. I think I like it. No, I don't. Stephen Otten, thank you so much for the $5. Says Angela Bassett and Keanu Reeves should make a movie together. They both still look like they did in 1991. That's so true, especially for Keanu.
I think Keanu, he's got a little bit thicker in the neck, but that's about it. Everything else in the face, because there's a reason he's growing the beard and keeping it for all of his movies now. Because if you watch Bill and Ted Face the Music, he's kind of lost a little bit of that jawline definition.
That makes sense.
Gotten older, but when he wears the beard, it's like, oh wait, there's the young Keanu I remember. Just
Yeah. No, I see that.
I think that's the
Angela
only flaw
Bassett,
he
though,
has
man,
in the
you're
movie.
right. She's
so beautiful.
I want to
so
dance
beautiful.
with Angela Bassett. That's what I want to do. If I meet her, it's like, will you care to dance? And then just try and dance, dance a tango or something.
Oh my goodness, that'd be
Because
cool.
everybody else would just ask a question about movies, like, no, I want to be able to have a story to tell with everybody else. Like, I got to dance with Angela Bassett.
That would be a really cool story to tell.
Mm-hmm.
So the episode starts with the what if peeping Tom guy, and we see him like even more clearly now than before. It's something that they've been doing like every episode, is they're showing more of what he looks like.
Yes.
Which I wonder why they're doing that. Like, I wonder if they're gonna put the what if guy like in the movies, or like. I kind of liked not knowing what the what if guy looked like. Like now he's got like a complexion and everything. I kind of liked it when he was just like a pair of eyes floating in space.
Yes.
Yeah. He also has over animated lips.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not really feeling this new. Like he just now looks like a giant human has glowing eyes in space.
Yeah, well, I mean, all of the Watchers kind of look just like him with various subtle differences. They kind of share the similar model to the Guardians of the Universe in the Green Lantern series, but like not blue.
See, I liked it when he was like just like a silhouetted thing in space. It made him look way more like ominous and like, like foreboding in a way.
It also
Whereas
has
now,
that shroud of mystery, so it's like you're never going to 100% understand who this type of character is, but know that they are powerful enough to observe and comment on the situation. Yeah.
Exactly.
But now it's like, oh, he wears a blue toga. Okay.
Exactly. Like I'm like, what? Like who? Like he's got like dark skin and he's got, I don't know.
That's from the comic books, so I mean they're just, I guess, trying to lean a little closer to that, but yeah.
I don't know. I liked his other versions better. That was probably one of the only things I liked more from the first two episodes was his appearance versus now.
Mm-hmm.
So we start the episode in Afghanistan, where basically the Iron Man movie starts in the first Iron Man movie. But Tony Stark, and he looks great. Like the animation looked great. And they're basically starting to they're protecting him, and then in the scene, instead of him getting shot, he gets saved by Killmonger, who comes and picks this thing up
and throws it like a football.
Yeah, that was so weird. Like he picks up this thing and he throws it, and I was like, is he a superhero already? Like who picks up a freaking missile?
Well, something like that's got to weigh at least 60 pounds, and to hurl it the way he did is like, listen, I know I've seen some strongman competitions. You're lucky if you could get 60 pounds to go 10 yards, and that thing looks like it's taken off for the moon.
Dude, that was a legit throw. That was like a Superman throw or something.
Yeah, say Clark Kent.
Or like, well, Captain America in their world, because that's 200 Watt Studios, thank you so much for the $5. Says, are they saying that Foggy was a racist if replaced by a black guy? Wait,
are you meaning Happy, Jon Favreau?
Yeah,
he played Foggy in Daredevil, but he's Happy in Iron Man.
Yeah, who's Foggy? I'm confused about this comment.
Well, Foggy Nelson is the partner to Matt Murdock in the Ben Affleck Daredevil, who was replaced with a kid from, I think, the Mighty Ducks back in the day, and in the Netflix series. But Favreau in this one, Favreau Happy Hogan is like bodyguard, and then was going to be promoted to head of security at Stark Industries. But after this moment,
okay, he's saying Happy.
Yes, Happy. Okay. Cool.
Okay, so are they saying that Happy was a racist if replaced by a black guy?
Because he's upset that Killmonger. Yeah.
Yes, they are, and they're also saying basically all white people are racist.
Aren't we?
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, God damn it, Script Doctor, you're so just I don't know, like stop being white. I'm
just a bigot. Yeah, totally have to hate on everybody because they're not as paper white as I am. Gosh,
so disappointing.
He's super white.
My rose petals are loathing you right now. On you.
Yeah. I did like the one joke when Tony Stark said, Killmonger, is that German? He's like, no, that's a nickname. I'm like, okay, that's funny.
I laughed at that too. I had a chuckle a couple of times. Like there was that one, and then when they started making the manga jokes, because he was like, wait, what are we doing? It's like, I really like anime, okay? Like, and he's like, what are we gonna make a Gundam? Like, and I was like, oh, that's funny. But it's just it's also funny. It's funny on two levels. One, the fact that they know they're being beaten by the anime crowd, like their comics are shit, and they're like, we might as well lean into it a little bit. But also like that again, they just like, I don't know. It just seems like they're just so wanting that anime crowd that like they're willing to put those kind of jokes in there, because you would never hear about that kind of joke like, 10, 15 years ago in a Marvel movie. They wouldn't compare themselves to the competition. I don't know. That was like a kind of like there's no way that they would ever do that. Grand Admiral Adam says, I'm not racist or sexist. I hate everyone equally. That's fair, man. Yeah. I used to be like that too. I at least I tried to hate everyone equally. Nobody's special. So then he starts kicking ass. Killmonger starts kicking ass, and he's like, hey, like, I'm here to rescue you. And he's all like basically really, really strong and really just showing off. And Tony Stark is this like just shrinking, like he just cucks Tony Stark, like completely. Like he just becomes a little bitch.
And then James Rhodey, the other black guy that's Tony's friend and liaison to the military.
Oh yeah,
totally embarrasses him too.
completely. So especially Tony Stark though, because he's like the white guy. Like
look how small
completely cocked in this episode. Like look at him. It was so bad. Like I was like, oh my God. Like this, we're talking about Tony Stark here. Like I get that they're saying like, okay, he didn't get shot, so he wouldn't have been like he doesn't have that revelation moment.
Yeah.
Yes. But at the same time, I feel like Tony Stark would still be Tony Stark. He would still have that ego. Like he wouldn't be like, oh, like I'm gonna hide behind you now. Like I don't know. It's just
exactly.
It's just weird.
And that's not how he behaved in the movie too when the terrorist attack happened.
Yeah, he didn't behave like that in the movie when the terrorist attack happened. He was very like brave and
he asked for someone to give him a gun. Actually, he's like,
I think he asked in this too.
Okay, yeah. So
yeah, like in the car, he was like, "Give me a gun," and then they didn't. And then the guy was like, "No, you stay in the car," and then he like got shot.
Yeah, just like in the movie.
Just like in the movie, yeah. But that like around here, this is when he becomes like just cock Tony Stark, which is fine. Whatever. It's what if. So then like this guy's describing how like, in the movie he became Iron Man and, he formed the Avengers, and he got the gauntlet.
Save the universe.
Save the universe. But what would happen if he didn't get shot and he didn't become Iron Man, he would still be Tony Stark. And that's where the episode starts, is where he's Tony Stark and he's giving the speech about how they stopped that raid in Afghanistan and who he's got to thank. And the person he's got to thank is, of course, Killmonger. And so this is kind of like where the story begins. And by the way, did what's her name do the voice for Pepper? I don't think she did, right? It didn't sound like her at all.
No, RDJ and Gwyneth Paltrow did not come back for this.
Oh, okay, yeah, because she didn't sound like her. I didn't like her drawing either. I thought she was a little manly looking to me, but
a little manly, but also a little mousy around the mouth as well.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of going Renee Zellweger right there.
Yeah, agreed. It wasn't the best drawing of her.
Gosh, look at Happy.
I don't think Happy wasn't very happy in this at all. He was very upset.
He just lost his cool promotion to a soldier.
Rudy says Wakanda seems to be written as how Hollywood views themselves. That's pretty freaking accurate, actually. Like
they all wish they were an isolationist black country.
that sounds legit. what Wakanda is like based on. That's right on, dude. But yeah, so then Happy, because Tony Stark promotes Killmonger to his head of security, and Happy's not happy with that. And then this dude comes up, and Killmonger basically outs him, and he's like, "Oh, by the way, like the reason that this happened was because of this dude. He was trying to screw you over, and I just released like all the proof online. And if you guys want to find out like what happened, just check it out."
Yeah,
and Happy knocks him out. And sorry, what was that?
Oh no, I was just gonna say, just put all like national security undercover, all this sorts of stuff all online for everyone to see.
Which they kind of did in Afghanistan. That was that was a bad choice of thing that they did in this, in my opinion. But whatever, it's a little too close to reality. Yes, it's all very funny. So then they knock him out, and he's like, "Yeah, Killmonger, like you're my new best friend," and they team up and they become like just the best of friends. And they're drinking and they're talking about their dreams, and he's like telling him like, "I want you to be my CEO," and all this stuff. And Pepper is obviously a little
rational.
She's probably like the only rational one though. But look at this drawing though. Like, what's happening to her biceps here? Like, what?
She works out the shoulders. Yeah, she really does.
Holy shit, man! She like really needs to ease up on the
steroids.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. 50 likes. Thank you. Please hit that like. But yeah, so he's like, "Facts remain. I need a killer, a figurative one, of course, but no, you're also a killer. So let's team up and figure this out." Meanwhile, she's just like sus of Killmonger. So she goes to the other guy, this dude. What was his name again?
James Rhodey.
Yeah.
It would be War Machine.
War Machine. Yeah. So she goes to War Machine, and she's like, telling him like, I don't trust this dude because everybody wants something and he doesn't seem to want anything. And that kind of gives me a automatic like pause. And usually the interesting part is in real life that actually does like ring a bell for me too. Like if somebody is just like squeaky clean and they pretend they don't really want anything, they just want to be your best friend, I'm always like, what do you actually want?
Yeah, they got an ulterior motive.
Yeah,
you have to be very cautious of like a purely altruistic behavior.
Shane Nolan's asking if Killmonger was a mercenary. I don't know. Was it?
I think he was a Navy SEAL, is what they were trying to allude to.
Yes. In this one, yes, but I don't know if in the comics.
I think at this point in his life, he was a Navy SEAL. Then he defected and became a mercenary by the time of Black Panther.
Okay, so there you go.
I'm just speculating
again
at that
in
point.
this shot. Look at this. Like, look at this. She looks like a man. Like she's like.
If she's all out of proportion to War
There's
Machine.
no chest. Like, where is her boobs?
I'd say
Pepper Potts.
It's like an A B mild B cup there thing going. Just weird angle. Yeah.
Yeah, but didn't Pepper Potts have boobs?
Well, Gwyneth Paltrow
Oh,
has
no,
boobs. You
Gwyneth
saw them
Paltrow.
in
She doesn't have
Shakespeare in
boobs.
Love.
Well,
Yeah.
she has them, but she's like an A cup, if anything.
Really?
Girl doesn't have boobs. Have you seen her? My gosh.
No, I'm trying to remember. I'm like looking up Gwyneth Paltrow pictures now, trying to figure out if she's got
I'm glad
boobs
you didn't
or
search
not.
Gwyneth Paltrow boobs because that would be weird.
Everyone go look at her boobs. They're tiny.
The funny part is that I did put Gwyneth Paltrow, Pepper Potts. You guys are right. She's pretty flat chested. So this is not a like
But
a
her arms are
totally-
not that big.
yeah, her arms aren't that big, but it's not a very bad description of her actually, because look, she's like very flat chested.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Iron Man 3, where she worked out a lot for that movie.
She's never worn more than a training bra her whole life.
Oh my god.
Well, I mean, she did get them. They were enlarged a little bit when she was pregnant with her first kid.
Yeah, she looks a little bit bigger here.
That's costuming.
I was gonna say
Is
that's
it?
a push-up
Is
bra.
that what that is?
If it's not a push-up bra, it's a padded one.
You can't really see it when she's wearing full black. This is probably the best picture we're gonna get of that.
That we can share on the internet.
Yeah.
On YouTube.
Yeah, I think that's it. Like,
You
yeah.
heard it here first. Gwyneth
she's
Paltrow
pretty
has no
flat.
boobs.
And
Well,
but
She's
her
got- she has the same
biceps though.
chest as Gal Gadot, pretty much.
Oh well, yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna stop looking at Gwyneth Paltrow boobs now.
Google says 32B. I call BS on that.
Who said 32p?
Oh, Grand
Google
Admiral
says
Adam.
32B
Yeah.
or 34B.
They're lying.
I believe the 32.
Yes.
Oh my god, yeah, maybe. I think she might be an A, to be completely honest
That's
with
what
you.
I'm saying. Yeah.
200 Watt Studios, thank you so much for the $2. Says Nina is more ample than Gwyneth. Definitely. That's definitely true. I'm not going to tell you my exact size, but yeah.
We don't need to know.
No. Definitely bigger than A or B. Let's just say that. Stephen Otten's saying it's 32B. All right.
The charitable B.
All right. I wish Jane was here so we can hear her thoughts
What's
on
three
this
ones? I don't know what that is.
on this discussion of Gwyneth Paltrow's bra size.
Yeah.
This is a little bit more fascinating than the episode, but hey.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't the most exciting for me.
Wait, is an American bee like, does that have a wider range of size compared to like the Canadian bee cup or the UK or European bee cup? It's like,
I don't know. Yeah, you're right though. Is it like shoes? Because they're all different. Like, they're all different sizes. Like in the
I
US.
don't know actually. I mean, because you can have B, you can have double B. Well, it goes up to triple, I think, then before you go up to the next size, up to the next cup.
There are definitely a series of letters that you'd never think would go that far, but they're there.
I got a bra once that was like quadruple D, and I was like, there is a quadruple D? And there was. And I was
because
like,
I thought I always thought
shit.
it only went up to triple. Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought it went up to triple too, but I got one that was quadruple D at Victoria's Secret. And I was like, holy cow.
You just held it up and be like, wow, I could actually swim in this.
It was so weird too, because the cup size wasn't even that big. It was like, I don't know. It was just the way, I don't know. Some women like have just weird bodies, I guess. It just doesn't make any sense. But back to the episode. Keely, this needs to be a subject on the Queen's Council.
Call it like the cups, the teacups of the queens.
Yeah, like
Queen's
the
teacup
bra
party.
sizes.
Yeah.
Everybody wants something. I like the shot that they did with
The reflection of the glass.
the
yeah.
reflection.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was cool. Her nose is like way too big though. Like what's going on with this nose? I don't know. But anyways. Oh my god, where is it? Okay, here we go. Oh, this part was funny when he's like, I built everything myself except for like the Porsche I 3D printed. Yeah, there it is. Or like the Lambo.
That's
Well, except
3D
for the
printed.
Lambo, that's 3D printed. I was like, ha, that's funny because I feel like everything like in the future, everything's gonna be 3D printed, including these cars.
Yeah, they'll
200
have to
Watt
assemble 'em.
Studios. Thank you so much for the $2. Says Pepper looks like the GameStop IT's ma'am here.
It's ma'am, yeah.
It's a ma'am. It's true. What were you gonna say, Script?
I was gonna say, yeah, you could probably 3D print the pieces to a car, and then you have to do the assembly yourself. And
Yeah, probably. Yeah, you would have to do that. Zach says in Canada, your bra has to wear a mask.
Oh my gosh.
oh, I've seen women wear bras as masks.
I have too. It's like that was at the beginning of the pandemic when they were like, oh, we're gonna just start like, you don't have to get masks because it was like a mask shortage. Like you can make your own. Like use a bra.
Yeah.
Like,
I was thinking, really, bras? You're gonna cut up a bra? Those are expensive.
those
I
are
bought them for
expensive.
women.
I was like,
It's
hell no. Especially if they're good bras. Like you don't want to cut up a Victoria's Secret bra. That shit's expensive.
You don't even want to cut one from a Licenza. I mean, it's just
I know. Like maybe like a Walmart bra or something, but I don't know.
it's like does Fruit of the Loom make bras?
Oh my god, it does, but like really shitty ones. They're the ones that Gwyneth Paltrow wears, like the training bras. Admiral Adam says that they have 3D printers back in 2008. I think they did.
Yep, they weren't market ready for mass market at that point, but they had them.
But we're talking about Tony Stark here, so
yeah, like he probably invented his own 3D printer.
yeah, like he has whatevers. He was like way ahead of a lot of people. So yeah, this was cool. Then they start talking about wanting to build like his version of kind of like a killer robot, which is similar to like an anime. Because he's like, I'm an anime fan. What can I say?
But like he designed this whole machine himself. It's like, dude, you grew up in Oakland, California.
There he is.
You achieved a great means of through military service and everything else. Like, how do you also have these extra skills of like manufacturing, computer programming, engineering, like all those types of stuff? The military doesn't go into that detail of it and still allow you to be a U.S. Marine at the same time. It's like you go into a specialty and then you kind of stay there. So it was kind of like crazy that he would have these preliminary specs all ready to go for Tony Stark to modify.
Yeah, he just couldn't do any wrong. Like that's what I'm saying. It's like this is one of those times where like it's like as was saying in that episode that we were reviewing where they like when Star-Lord was T'Challa or whatever, it's like they just can't write for black men. Like they're like black people just can't do any wrong. We're gonna just make it so that he's like
all-knowing.
He's all knowing and all great and all powerful. And even if he's a bad guy, which he is in this episode, even if he's a bad guy, he's still misunderstood and he's still like there's reasons behind why he's so evil. And it's because like, he felt like he got betrayed by Wakanda and like they killed his dad or whatever.
Yeah.
So like it's still Killmonger or whatever. Like it's still him. He didn't change technically, like from the other movies. It's like he's still that weirdo or like from the movie. Like there's no he's not really being what if. Like his character is still like the evil weirdo that wants revenge from Wakanda. That's his entire motivation is like just to
his plan of action has changed, but everything else is about him is pretty much the same.
Exactly. Is exactly that. That's exactly it. Ancient One says at least Killmonger isn't Fleet Admiral or Flag Admiral. If he was, that would bring about so many questions.
I know he has 4 stars on his shoulder pad, which is weird because I don't know if that's part of the ranking system or not.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you're right.
No, that's his medals. He's got 8. He's got 12 medals on his chest, and then on his shoulder pads, I forget the terminology. He got 4 stars. Yeah. So he's a 4-star. I don't know if that's actually part of the U.S. Navy with regards to Marines, or if that's actual part of the rank.
Oh, I don't know anything
in the
about
chat
that
know
stuff.
that because Because I don't know the Marines aspect of the Navy. I just know the normal line of command. So 4
Rudy
stars to
says
fleet
4
admiral.
stars is fleet admiral.
He's way too young to be a fleet admiral.
I don't know about any of this kind of stuff. Rudy says 5 stars admiral of the Navy. Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, it is. I think it's 16 medals. You're right. Because I thought it was 4.
There's definitely 12, 3 lines, and I count 12 so far. If there's a 4th one, then that would be 16.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there might be another row, but if I can get another shot, we'll get there. But anyways, they start building this robot, which again didn't make any sense to me because this guy's legit like knows everything. Like he knows how to build computer parts, he knows how to design.
I don't know why he's soldering with a pair of tweezers. You don't do that. You have a soldering iron in your hand there. That's correct. And then you have soldering wire in your other hand.
Why is he using tweeters?
Yeah, I don't know why he's using. I've never seen any. I know electronic stuff, especially on the prop side things where you see people wire things up. Like they use tweezers to pull stuff away. They don't use tweezers to solder.
I don't know what he's doing right there.
It's gonna fry. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, because wouldn't the tweezers melt?
That or something.
They would heat up at least because again, the soldering iron gets hot, but not hot enough to melt metal. Just solder, which is a slightly different material.
Right.
It's it's conductive, but it's not the same as the same type of metal you get in like tweezers or.
I see what you mean. Yeah. Superman 82 says he's the bestest villain ever. Yeah, he is. So he's just super smart, just way smarter than Tony. Human pilots mean human error, but with Jarvis at the wheel, we're not going to have any problems. So he trains them all too. The robots the robots become trained like him. He becomes like the daddy of the robots. They do tests and stuff where he's like, I don't know. They're trying to be funny. It was very dull.
Yeah. I think they're trying to make it like those scenes with Jarvis in the other Iron Man movies.
Yeah, they're trying to make it like the building of the armor scenes, which were actually interesting and funny, especially like, he's like, test 1, I'm going to try the boots at 5% power, and then he gets thrown into the wall.
Yeah, yeah. It was that. They were trying to
repeat that, but they just didn't have the charm or the understanding of what entailed those scenes to make them funny and empathetic and interesting.
Exactly. And it definitely didn't fly in this one. So then he thinks about, what was he thinking? Oh yeah, what the hell was this ring thing? I never even understood this part. I was like, what?
So the ring is basically an inheritance piece from his dad.
Is that his dad's ring?
Yes, and it's made of vibranium.
Okay.
And it's weird because what follows is that they say vibranium is an element which can be used as a power source to create such like as an arc reactor. But what's weird is that I always thought, especially considering the fact that I've read some of the original scripts, that Tony Stark's arc reactor was actually him replicating the same power source from the Tesseract, because it's drawing from the Infinity Stones, which is why when Loki tries to brainwash him in Avengers, it doesn't work because he's protected by another Infinity Stone or something that's akin to that, which would be the new element he created in Iron Man 2. But I guess someone thinks that's a vibranium, and maybe Marvel has changed it to make it vibranium. But it's like, no, I'm pretty sure it was intended initially to be another cause, the Infinity Stone, a likeness to the Infinity Stone.
That's interesting. So yeah, they observe it. They find out like it's technology, and what it's used or whatever, and it's from Wakanda.
But basically they say that it's vibranium, which is strange because that means Tony Stark has the means to artificially create vibranium, which would make him far more wealthy and powerful than he's ever been.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Right.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, she keeps questioning everything, because she's the sensible one. I thought in this part she kind of did look like Gwyneth Paltrow.
A little.
This is probably the best scene of her, actually. But I don't know. But she questions this dude.
Questions
And
his actions, yeah.
yeah, you know what's weird is I thought that like for the longest time I thought that he was gonna kill her. Like I was like, oh, she's so dead. Like
If he was
gonna
smart, he'd
kill her.
kill her since she's onto him.
Yeah, because she was totally onto him, and I was like, oh, he gonna kill her, you know? And then, which I think would have been a little bit more entertaining if like he had killed her, and then, you know, Tony found out, you know, and then like that it would have created another thing. But then they went the whole like Wakanda direction, which I thought that would have been more exciting if he had killed her or like something, and basically trying to cover up for his weird crimes or something like that. And then he just decides to, I don't know.
Well, especially what he's proposing here, which is basically, hey, let's work with this smuggler who steals vibranium from Wakanda. And it's like, well, he's an international war criminal. It's like, yeah, but if we go through the military, it's not a bad thing. It's like, what?
Yeah,
oh
I know.
my
It's like, it's no big deal.
Oh my goodness, you guys, we are joined by someone really awesome. It's Comix Division. Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm really glad to see you.
I was able to make it.
Yeah, I'm so glad you made it. Did you watch the episode?
I did. I just actually got done with Anzo's roundtable talking about it, so I
Oh,
can
yeah?
on that here.
So here's another one.
What's up, Crypt Doctor? How you doing?
I'm doing well. Good to see you again, sir.
Good to see you, man. It's been ages, it feels like.
A couple of weeks, actually. It just feels longer because of everything that's going on.
People are all saying hello.
Hello, everybody.
Well, what was your overall thoughts of this? We're just breaking it down. Scene by scene.
Oh God. Okay. The way I described it is, I feel like they went digging through the refuse bin of Iron Man and Black Panther, and this is basically the episode that we got.
Yeah.
As a result of that.
That pretty much sums it up. That's the end of the stream, folks. I'm just joking. But yeah, like, no, seriously though, it does feel like it definitely felt like that to me too. I just felt like it was just so, like, it had moments where it was like, okay, this is heading in the right direction, and then all of a sudden it just went totally in a different direction that I was like, no, why did they do this? And I obviously, like, all women were so much better than everyone.
Oh, that was predictable.
Yeah, and
They're far more suspicious and rational.
and they just can't write for this black guy. Like, they're so afraid to make him have any flaws or anything of the sort. It just makes him just such a flat character.
Yeah, completely.
Wait, who was this guy again? I forget this guy.
That's Ulysses S. Claw,
who is voiced by Andy Serkis.
And he's also supposed to be one of the main villains of Black Panther.
They killed off in a
the first movie
quickly.
Yeah.
Oh my God! See, I had no idea about that. That's great. This is why I have people who actually read comics on these.
Well, I mean, we were all pretty excited when we heard that Andy Serkis is going to be the villain in Black Panther, because we're like, oh, we're going to get a couple of appearances of Andy Serkis throughout the MCU, and then his first movie they kill him. It's like, well, there goes that awesomeness, like, right out the window.
Like, never mind.
Well, and again, the way they killed off Claw, I mean, it's exactly what happened in Black Panther. I mean, it just was terrible. It was a complete retread. And the point I brought up is, like, essentially what this should have been is, what if Killmonger became Black Panther? And they had two opportunities that they could have deviated from: the waterfall fight or the fight at the end of Black Panther. And basically he beats him and kills T'Challa.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tony was completely out of character in this. He was
totally cucked, right? Like, I was like, what? He's not even Tony Stark. Like, okay, I get that he's not Iron Man, but he's not Tony Stark either.
Yeah, he's too subservient to Killmonger when he should actually be a bit more in control, like he is with James Rhodey.
Exactly, and he's like wimpy and cowering and just pathetic.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Doesn't have
the
any of his
roaming
charm.
gamer mentions that he was also in Age of Ultron, and that was the thing I was trying to remember. Is like, did they actually do this? Take 3 movies, or was it just 2?
Well, this is definitely the setting from Avengers: Age of Ultron.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember this part from the Age of Ultron. Well, some of it.
Well, yeah, because this is the location where he loses his arm from Ultron and then gets his vibranium artificial arm, which is his gimmick in the comics of having a vibranium arm that can defeat and threaten Black Panther.
So this is when Black Panther shows up. And I mean, I had a feeling they were going to kill off Black Panther, but I almost thought like maybe they're going to like subvert expectations and make it so that like Black Panther and Killmonger like team up. And then or something to kind of like defeat the white man. By that I mean the United States. I don't know, maybe, but no, it didn't. That didn't happen either. Like he ended up dying really fast, even though he's the Black Panther. Like I thought he was.
He's got some superhuman senses and endurance, and still lost to Killmonger. He was stabbed with a spear, right? Or
no, he got killed with the sonic weapon.
Yeah, the sonic weapon. He got sonic, which I didn't understand, because you would think that like because he's got that helmet on, right?
Should protect him. Yeah.
It technically should protect him. But even if it doesn't, like, why would you take off your helmet? Like, I don't see.
Well, this is the sonic device that Obadiah Stane used on the 10 Rings and Tony Stark at the end of Iron Man. They just souped it up into a rifle.
Right, and then he shoots him, and then he dies.
And then takes his glove.
Yeah, it was just such a pathetic death for like freaking Black Panther. I was like, why would you do this? It's just so crazy.
Well, I think one of the aspects of Black Panther, the film, like the sonic vibrations weaken the stability of vibranium. Is that like how they mined it and shaped it? The sonic things? Wasn't that what they did?
Maybe. I don't know.
I got to rewatch that movie again.
That's what I thought too. Like, wouldn't vibranium bounce that back? Because isn't that like what the Captain America shield is made from?
It is. It's funny. We had this exact same conversation on Onzo's channel about that. Well, I don't know much about the vibranium.
Well, the Captain American shield is vibranium and iron mixed. Like it's a special combination. That
is it actually a mix? I thought it was supposed to be straight up vibranium.
That's what I thought too.
I remember reading in the comics.
I thought it was the last of the vibranium that.
It was the last of a donation that they were given, but it was forged with iron as well, because that's why it has certain properties and can't be replicated. I'd have to go back into it, but I remember reading that in like the guy who made the shield, he fell asleep as he was doing the formulas for it, so he doesn't know which formula he used to create the Captain American shield, which is totally a Marvel Comics thing from the 60s.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Yeah. So they only have the one shield, and I think other versions of the vibranium shield don't function in the same way that Captain America's shield does.
That's what I thought too, Beowulf. I thought that the suit, that like that's the whole power of the suit, like that it can basically.
Well, it's kinetic based actually, not so much sonic. So those are two different types of energy.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so it's kinetic.
It absorbs kinetic energy. I don't know about the sonic part.
Yeah. I think the sonic part was the exploited weakness that they presented to us in Black Panther 2, because they had that train thing that was moving stuff through, but then they had the sonic vibrations that caused the nano version of the vibranium suit to like kind of peel away as they got closer to it, so they could fight each other. Then there's adamantium. Yeah, that hasn't even been brought into the MCU yet. But.
No, it hasn't.
No, it hasn't? God,
not yet.
Well, because that was an X-Men thing, and mainly.
Oh yes, that's what it was. I'm like, wait, because that's Wolverine's claws, right? That's what that's made.
And that's also from another meteor that
introduced. I'm pretty sure it was just X-Men that introduced it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely just Wolverine's thing.
And then there were stories where Ultron was trying to make a new body that was a perfect balance of vibranium and adamantium, so it could never be destroyed. I remember they stopped them from doing that. Yeah, basically both metals are just asteroids that hit Earth that are from planets we don't even know about.
Right. So he ends up killing this dude too.
Yeah, he kills Rhodey.
Kills Rhodey. Yep.
And then he kills this guy too. He just kills everybody.
It's a slaughter.
It's a freaking
And
slaughter.
again, he kills him exactly in the same way that he kills him in Black Panther.
He does.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't he shoot him 3 times in Black Panther? Like at the airfield? Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, he shoots him and he delivers him to
And then
Wakanda.
he brings his body to gain entry into the. Okay, so there we go. So we have 4. Yeah, he's got 4 rows of 4 medals. So he has
Okay, there we
16
go.
medals on his chest. That's crazy.
My God, you're right. I didn't even
I didn't think about that, but yeah, he does seem a little too decorated.
Well, I mean, what's the joke? Only in a time without war do you see a soldier decorated obscenely with medals, but
Yeah.
during war they only have a couple.
I mean, he's
Because all
running
those
out of
other medals
chest
are
for
war
all
games.
those.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this guy doesn't even have one.
That's supposed to be General Ross, right?
Yeah.
So
That's General Ross.
Yeah, so what he doesn't have one medal and this guy has like 16 medals?
well, one's in a dress uniform, the other one's just in fatigues.
Yeah, now that you mention it, it's like that's kind of weird.
It is, doesn't it? Especially considering the situation they're in, where they're delivering a body, I guess. Or,
Yeah, he would be
Yep.
in his dress uniform.
Yeah, wouldn't General Ross be in his dress uniform too? I mean, they're meeting a king.
Yeah, I guess they didn't have time to render a new outfit for them.
I guess not.
Like, it's the
That's-
white
that's
guy. He
funny.
doesn't need
They
to
have to
wear
pay the artist
dress
overtime.
uniform.
I never would have noticed this stuff because when I was watching it, I completely lost interest and stopped paying attention.
Yeah.
I like halfway through, I was like, I've already seen this before.
Or you feel like you have, right?
No, it's like no legit. I was like, I've already seen this before. I mean, literally, it was for the most part, a beat per beat remake of Iron Man mixed in with Black Panther and
Yeah.
sprinkles of Age of Ultron
And Iron Man 2, and yeah.
Was there bits of Iron Man 2? Like I said,
Well, the
everything
holographic Atom thing, that's totally out of Iron Man 2, where they scan the vibranium ring on the necklace, and then they explode it up, and it's like, oh, it's all these geometric atom shapes to create that power source or something.
Mm-hmm.
So then he shows up to Tony's house and he's all like egotistical and shit. But Tony like thinks like, like he thinks he's outsmarted him and he's gonna like basically put a stop to all his shenanigans. But guess what? He can't, because he's a white guy and he's just not smart enough. Just not smart enough, Tony.
Well, the other thing too, I was laughing was this part and at the end where a bunch of people with spears defeat basically mechs, and it's like, that would not happen in real life.
They're vibranium spears; they can cut through metal like paper, but still,
But it's other vibranium though.
The armor on the robots isn't vibranium, is it?
I thought it was supposed to be vibranium.
No, I thought the power source was supposed to be vibranium.
No, yeah, the power source was because they don't have enough vibranium to make like a vibranium army. So I don't think the metals was made from that. That's why he was able to like defeat it so
part
fast
that
with that
I
spear.
could totally buy into is that he jumps up there and pops the head off with the spear. But everybody else like taking out mechs with spears.
Yeah, and besides, he
Come
was
on.
Black Panther then. Like he had taken the drug or whatever. Whereas in everybody else, not so much. I mean, that one, like the queen too, like she was like, I don't know.
I didn't know she was a general. They left that out of the movie.
Yeah, she wasn't a general in the movie, was she? Because I don't remember that.
I think that's actually Black Panther lore though, and don't.
I think it's probably
quote
lore,
me
but
on
just
that.
could be lore, yeah. But like, I was really shocked. It's like, wait, why did they like say that she was the general in the movie? That she helped teach her son how to fight like them, along with her father and all that type of stuff. Like it's a family thing to become the Black Panther. You learn all these fighting techniques and this philosophy and this history of our nation and how to be diplomatic with other countries, etc., etc. But no, they just washed over that and were like, you have this ceremony where you become king when you beat a guy underneath a waterfall.
Well, what is it? A lot of people were joking that it's basically a isolationist. Was it ethno state?
Yeah.
Xenophobic, homogenous ethno state.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is exactly what it was.
Yeah. But that was a patriarchy. That's the other thing too. Is a patriarchy.
All right. Yeah.
Cavitania says, what military branch is Killmonger supposed to be in? I think he was a Marine.
Yes, I believe he was a Marine.
Yeah. I want to say Marines, but the funny thing is they had him in Navy dress whites.
He did. Yeah.
Well, the Marines
this
are
is why it's so
kind of part of the
confusing.
Navy, but they think they have their own colors.
They have their dress uniforms are completely different. They are not white.
Yet they're not white. And
Everybody Google.
from what I,
I
understand,
think only with
too,
the if you're like a fighter pilot in the Navy, you still wear your dress whites for that. But I don't know what the Marines is. Yeah,
It's like a blue. I want to say it's like I know the jackets are blue.
SEAL team is Navy. Rudy says.
Oh, is that what he is? He's SEAL team. Yeah, then he is Navy then.
yeah.
Okay, then he should be in white. Yeah, you're right though about
then
the
he should be in
Marines.
whites. Yeah.
Okay, so if he's a SEAL and not a Marine, then yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
Marines have their own uniforms.
Yep, they're their own
Killmonger
brand.
was
Marines
a
are blue.
squid.
Yeah, they have like it's like depending on I guess what level you're at, but it's usually like white pants with a like a blue jacket, bluish.
Apex says
he's a squid.
Killmonger was a squid.
Yeah,
Okay.
then he would be in dress whites. Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
there we are.
But he ends up killing this thing pretty easily. Gets up on there and stabs it, and he did.
Yep.
He did. Done. It's over. Get out of here.
And then he kills Tony.
And then he kills Tony,
With a
stabs
spear
him.
through his shoulder too. Like that's not even a vital
That's
area.
one thing too. That's not even a kill
I
shot.
I totally thought that too. I was like, is that supposed to be through the heart? Because that looks like through the shoulder. So like, is
It is
he
through the
not
shoulder.
killing
And-
it? Like,
Completely on the wrong side of the body.
Oh,
It's like an inch and a half to the left of the sternum. That's where the heart is.
is he trying? Is it trying to say that the spear is so sharp and so just painful that like that Tony Stark would die from a
No, I just
stab
think
to
they're
the
dumb.
arm?
yeah, they just messed up.
Yeah.
Okay, well there we go. Tony dead. He dead. He's gone.
And
It's
he's
over.
still CO of Stark Industries, so
Yeah. See, it's like right in the shoulder. He dead.
Mhm.
He
Yeah, Tony Stark is lucky that he got to bow out at this point in the show.
and then we have the peeping Tom guy again.
There he is. Looking
Weird.
creepy.
With every episode, we're seeing more and more of him, and now we know what he looks like, basically. Comics, I was saying earlier that like I liked it when he was like this like silhouette in the stars and like with glowing eyes. Like I don't like that they're showing his characteristics now.
Yeah. I mean,
I
they did in the comics, but I liked more the kind of silhouette aspect because the Watchers are, well, that's what they do. They watch, right? And they're supposed to be off in the shadows, kind of watching things. And
They're peeping Toms, and they just float in space and watch you. It's
there's supposed to be a parallel to us as an audience. It's like, oh, we're watching them too. It's like,
yeah. See, we're the Watchers. We're the peeping Toms. Look, oh my God, look how manly she was in that shot. Did you guys see that? Holy shit.
She took her steroid shot.
It's like sometimes in
it's
some
like I'm watching
shots,
episode 1 all over again.
I know in some shots, her like shoulders are like insanely wide. Like it's almost as wide as Happy's.
Yeah, she does her what is that dumbbell fly, chest fly exercises to really widen those shoulders out.
Oh gosh.
The lips are so whack. They are.
Oh, on the
I mean,
Watcher?
I don't like the way they depict Happy. And I know he was in the last episode too. He just looks so
silly.
Yeah. All the above, silly, round.
His eyes are too close together for Favreau.
Yeah, and he's got like his lips are too small. They look all weird.
Yeah, and he's got
Jon
like
Favreau
that
does not look
weird
like that.
blush. Like he's got like
Yeah.
a like he looks like a clown. I'm like, I don't get it. Like, why would you want to be depicted like that, Jon Favreau? I don't understand that.
No, I don't think he saw his model before he did the voice for these. I don't think any of them had time.
Meanwhile, they did do this guy really well too, though.
Oh yeah,
He
they
looks like he
captured
has blush on too, though. I guess it's just the animation style.
Yeah.
airbrushed a little line across the cheeks and nose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Some of the
I
lighting
really
makes no
like
sense.
cell shading, but I do not like it for this show.
I don't either. I like cell shadings in some things, and I don't like it at all in other things. It's weird because in this show, it's really nice for the environment and like the buildings and like all this stuff. For the characters, it's just it's not good. It's not good at all. I don't know. It's just really weird. So then they're talking about. Wait, what was that? What happened again? I
They
lost
want
this.
to stage a war against Wakanda for killing Tony.
Right.
Yeah.
They're going after Wakanda for killing Tony. She's raising questions again. She's like, wait, you guys, let's think about this.
Yeah. I'm the only one with a brain.
And then they throw in the Patriot Act. The Patriot Act allows us to do this. We can take over this private company.
Yeah, and she's like, you
No,
must
it
be
doesn't.
joking. He's like, nah.
I don't think the Patriot Act can allow you to do that.
I don't think the Patriot Act
No.
can help any authority, any government to take over a privately owned business, especially when there's an ownership line of succession.
Yeah.
And then we have like a Star Wars
Yeah, Attack of the Clones.
So the Attack of the
Oh
Clones
God,
thing.
you're right.
The
The streams are merging.
Yeah, the second that I saw it, I was like, "Oh God, I can't believe they did like the thing from the Attack of the Clones." But Jon Favreau's involved, so you can tell that there's the influences, Star Wars influences. Nikki D, thank you so much for the $5. Says, I stopped watching the show after episode 3. Watching you guys discussing each episode is more entertaining. I'm slowly becoming apathetic to the MCU.
I am as well. I have to say though, episode 4 was really good though.
You like the zombie one?
No. That's 5.
Oh,
I like the Doctor Strange one.
Oh yeah,
I
that
liked
one
it
was great.
too.
That one was really good. I didn't like the zombie one. At least it had an original idea, or at least it wasn't like rehashing like the entire MCU. It's like, oh, okay, Hulk falls to Earth, but he fell to the zombie Earth, and
I think the Doctor Strange one's my favorite so far.
it is mine as well. And then things kind of go to shit from there because it was they had a good concept, but it was too wacky.
Mm-hmm.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The
This
the
one was just
zombie one
unoriginal as
too.
fuck.
I really like the zombie one too, but the zombie one like really like ended really badly. And then we all thought that it had a part 2.
If you've ever actually read Marvel Zombies, it ends badly. It ends really badly.
I mean, it could never really end well if you have zombies, but I mean, zombie Thanos though, like what the frig? Like how did that even happen?
What happens at the end of I think the first one is that Silver Surfer comes to Earth and they eat him and they all become cosmic zombies. And they go after.
Oh my God. Is that what happened?
Yes, they do. It's like I said, it's terrible.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I've
And
never read
the
those.
thing I actually thought was kind of cool is they actually used one element from the comic, which is where I want to say it was Ant-Man in the comic, but in this one they had it as Vision, but he had T'Challa strapped down on a table with half his leg missing.
Yeah,
and
yeah, that was
that
dark.
was in the comic. Yeah, well, that was in the comic.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that with script. We were like, man, this is really dark. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
he was basically
Just mutilating him.
feeding T'Challa to Jenna Van Dyne because she was a zombie.
yeah, he was like mutilating him and like feeding like his leg to his girlfriend. Like it was so messed up. I was like, this is the most messed up thing. And then, but then we've been talking about like who this show is for, and then and I'm like, I swear, one episode I'm like, this is made for kids because it's so dumb, and then the next episode they're feeding T'Challa's like body parts to zombies.
Yeah, I'm like,
what?
is
Who
this
is
actually
this
supposed to
made
be for kids? Because it doesn't seem like it.
I don't know. Fairy
Exactly.
tales are pretty morbid. They're for kids, kind of.
Fair.
That's fair. That's true. Like the Brothers Grimm stuff, like that
Oh, yeah.
stuff is Hansel and Gretel and all that. That's true.
Yeah.
Man, never really think about that kind of stuff.
It's the safest way to acclimate a child to the outside world. It's like, yeah, there's someone who's going to try and kill you if you go out on your own in the forest.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and don't take candy from strangers.
Yep.
And if you leave breadcrumbs, animals are going to eat that. So don't go into the forest. It's just there's lots of
In other words,
don't
kids
go into the forest.
damn forest.
Yeah.
But thank you so much, Nikki D. I have to say that I'm slowly becoming apathetic to the MCU as well. I'm definitely apathetic now to Star Wars. In fact, I don't really care about Star Wars at all. That's why you don't see any coverage of Star Wars material on my channel. But like the MCU, I don't know why I still have like a little bit of a hint of something left in me. That's why I keep watching it. I feel like it's a train wreck.
It's good content, man. I mean, talking about the MCU is good YouTube content.
That's true. But it's also like a train wreck that I can't turn away from. Like, I feel like it's just one of those things. Whereas in Star Wars hurt so bad that I didn't even watch The Rise of Skywalker. I guess I just wasn't as attached to the MCU.
Anything.
Yeah, you literally missed nothing.
Yeah, I was like, I'm done.
All you missed was the complete destruction of the Star Wars universe. That's all you missed.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I'm done. Like after the Last Jedi, I was like, it's over, it's dead. Like let's stop beating this horse. But the MCU, at least I'm still watching just because it's like a train wreck, and I just can't turn away from it. Not
There's
yet,
certain
anyway.
things I'm like looking forward to watching because I know it's gonna be terrible.
Like what?
I
Like
want to
Hawkeye?
see
The Eternals.
No. That's like its own special breed of terrible. I really want to see Thor: Love and Thunder. I want to see how bad that movie is.
I know, right?
And I want to
It's
see
gonna
the
be so
Marvels,
bad.
and I want to see how bad that movie is. Because the funny thing is, we always talk about how, the only reason why Captain Marvel broke $1 billion was because it was sandwiched between two of the most popular MCU movies ever. And look at, I mean, they could barely break. They can't even break 500.
I think they got
500 million.
350 for Shang-Chi, basically on a whim, worldwide.
Yeah, it's like, I don't see this happening for the Marvels. I'm pretty sure they're going to be getting like 300 million, maybe less than that.
Worldwide-ish, yeah.
Worldwide, yeah.
Marvels? Which one is that? Is that
the
like
Marvels? That's the it's Captain Marvel 2, but it got replaced and it's called the Marvels because they're adding in. Monica Rambeau, and they're adding in Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So it's going to be 3 super women.
Oh my gosh.
That sounds
the joke
extremely
is
exciting.
we're thinking that they're actually going to go and get rid of Captain Marvel because
like in that movie, they're going to push her out.
Yeah.
She's going to retire because she's been doing this for 30 years, but we've only seen her once.
Who is the other one?
So Monica Rambeau and Miss Marvel. So Monica Rambeau is
I know who Monica Rambeau is because I've seen her in like the WandaVision show.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
But
Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel is this young Canadian actress who the first major role. It's going to be a Disney Plus show that is released early next year. Yeah.
Oh my!
It's Kamala Khan.
It's
Her
Kamala Khan.
character's been around.
Yeah.
It hasn't even been a decade yet.
I
5
noticed
years.
I noticed
5
they
years.
uglified her, like they rose T-code her already.
Well, I mean, she's a cute kid, but I really feel bad for her because this is a big break, and she's going to be dragged through the mud by a lot of different parties. And I don't think she's probably got this system in place to make sure that she delivers the best of performances for this show, because I don't think they care about that. I just think they care about checking the box for this literally unknown actor who has no acting credit to their name at all.
For messages.
Yeah.
That's what they're going for.
When they to me, because when I was like looking at some of the behind the scenes stuff, they totally they cut her hair in a really, really ugly fashion. Like it's like that SJW weird short, sideways, cut.
Oh my god!
And they
what they have in the comic.
And they made her her costumes really freaking ugly. I was like, dude.
But that's how it isn't actually.
Well, yeah, her costume in the comic is actually terrible. It's like a poncho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's just gonna be one long line of suck.
It really is. It almost feels like Hollywood is saying to the people that are like promoting this, like, here, we're going to give it to you, and we're going to put as much effort into it as you did coming up with it, and then it's going to fail, and then we're just going to shrug, but we're going to lie and say that's great, and then until you stop, writing us letters or sending us, in social media messages to like say, hey, we want this diversity. It's like, fine, we'll give it to you. Look how crappy it is, and then move on.
Oh my god!
But again, that comes to them not doing.
Middleton's article talking about Shang-Chi and basically how diversity doesn't work at the box office.
What?
Well, that type of diversity doesn't work at the box office, which is called pandering.
Funny.
It is funny. I saw it on your channel, and then they changed the headline, and then I saw it again on Midnight's Edge the next day.
What did they change it to?
Oh man, I can't remember, but they definitely got rid of like the whole "it doesn't work" part to the point where it's like Shang-Chi makes this amount of money, proving Hollywood's not ready or the world's not ready or something of that nature. I can't remember, but luckily because you screen capped it on your channel, that the original headline is forever. Because there is a disclaimer on the article saying that this article has been updated to reflect certain things.
Oh my god! I gotta go find that now.
Oh my god! If you find it, share it. I just want to quickly share this because I made a mistake. It wasn't that chick that they uglified. That's the new Superwoman. I mean, she doesn't look great. but at least her hair is not like the SJW haircut. So
yeah, that's what I have to say. It's like I didn't think they shaved her head like that.
No, that was the
but that's-
Superwoman.
That's
girl.
legit her costume in the comic. It looks terrible.
Yeah. Actually, they added more of a shiny effect to it.
They
I think
They
hers is
made her
straight
a
out,
little
like-
bit shinier or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her. At least her hair is long, so I'm not gonna complain about that part.
No, she's a cute young girl, but like it's just so weird that I think the only way they knew about her is she wrote a positive review for Captain Marvel on a blog.
Yes, that is how they
And she's
found her.
never acted before, ever in her life.
Oh. What the hell is this?
That is a store-bought Marvel costume, and her on wires flying for the first time, I guess.
Like, what's up with this weird, like, Sonic the Hedgehog helmet?
Oh, that's from the Captain Marvel film.
Yep.
Yeah, it's her hair, isn't it? That's out in the middle.
When she wears her helmet, part of her hair flies out the top.
Yeah.
There's Brie.
So she's, I guess, showing up on the set for Miss Marvel as well. And
retarded.
Oh no, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do to this girl, but I imagine it's gonna be not great. But at least it's not worse than the Supergirl one, because the Supergirl, they totally uglified that girl. That's the one that has like
she
the
was
sideways
gorgeous.
haircut and everything too. And I was like, oh god.
I think they tried to make it more like a pixie thing, but that they just shaved it up the
my
side too
God,
much.
they did change it. Here, I'll share it so you guys can see it.
Okay. Nikki D, thank you so much for the $5. Says, as much as I'm dealing or dreading porn and thunder and Marvels,
Porn and thunder.
Oh God.
I think the MCU will comfortably stay on top for at least the next 3 years. No one's dethroning it. I don't know about that. 3 years? That's a long time.
In the comic book realm of things, probably. I would be, yeah. There it is. Yeah, that's the new headline after decades.
So Shang-Chi tops 150 million. A look at Hollywood's decades-old efforts to bring diversity. Oh my God, to its action franchises. Oh Jesus.
Well, for starters, there's been a lot of diversity in action films over the last 40 years because that's one of the things that translates across languages. And Hong Kong and Japan and Russia and other countries in Europe have had movies play in the United States. Granted, smaller theatrical releases, but they play and they're sold on physical media over here, and lots of people know about them. I mean, On Back was huge. The Raid was huge. These are all before Shang-Chi.
Yeah, I saw The Raid in theaters.
Me too.
Yeah,
Twice,
it's
actually.
like they're pretending like everything before 2019 didn't happen.
But this was done overseas, folks. Hollywood didn't do it.
Man, I think I saw like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon at least like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah,
in the
that was
theater.
like early 2000s, and
Yeah.
I saw Iron Monkey,
on
man.
on top of that, because like Jackie Chan got really big in the States back in the early 90s. Or not early 90s, sorry.
First
mid to late
Strike
90s.
and Police Story and Rumble in the Bronx. Those were all big.
Rumble in the
movies
Bronx
that
I saw in the theater, which was fantastic. And then
Legend
Chow
of the
Yun-Fat.
Drunken
Chow Yun-Fat
Master.
was fucking was amazing.
Yeah.
And and the funny thing is, like, everyone forgets how actually diverse the 80s and 90s films were. It's like
so diverse.
Yeah. It's like what happened in between, because it became less diverse along the way for some reason. And then Hollywood, what they do, they go and blame the audience. This is your fault for not liking minorities.
You're all racists.
Yeah.
All of you.
You're racist.
All us kids of the
We're not going to point at ourselves.
No, exactly.
That's like the actor too. It happened the same thing with the actor from, I think it was Gran Torino, the like Asian guy. He did that movie with
Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, Clint Eastwood, and he was like saying that like that he thinks that movie was super racist now, and like thinking back, like he remembers people laughing at like the Asian jokes in the theater and how like he thinks like everybody was racist. And I was like, dude, you got your start like in a movie with Clint Eastwood, and you're like complaining about how racist that movie was. Like, what?
Well, it's like ScarJo complaining about how she was, objectified and Iron Man 2.
For a woman who is notorious in town for sleeping with lots of different men, for not even from like progression with her career just because she likes dating other men.
I didn't realize that she did that, but the funny thing is she does that sexy walk and everyone's like looking at her.
Yeah,
and it's like
She
she didn't
liked
have
it.
a problem.
She's
She didn't have
enjoying
a
it.
problem with that. Yeah, she was having fun. You could tell.
In I think within the first 3 Dirty Harry films, one of his partners is an Asian cop.
Yeah,
But I think in the second one, he has an Asian cop partner who then dies trying to save Dirty Harry, Harry Callahan in those. And it's like that's pretty
you
diverse.
also had all those kung fu movies back in the 70s that were brought to the States and dubbed. I mean, come on. I mean, it's
and even some like American actors in those kung fu movies playing like well-known ones, playing villains or allies, like Enter the was it Enter the Dragon, where they had that guy from Black Christmas and a couple other 80s science fiction films.
I think so.
With the weird eyebrows and the receding hairline. The white guy who was like in there is like karate. Keep forgetting his name.
Well, and I think that just to hit one more note on here with Nikki D's super chat. Thank you again, Nikki. Is that I think that I don't know about 3 years, but I can tell you this: like, other than like basically Thor and Doctor Strange, like I think that they're gonna fuck up Blade. I think they're gonna fuck Blade up.
Sure. Oh
and
my
I
God,
think, yeah, Blade is gonna like that. I think that's gonna be the last straw for a lot of people because, well, we
if they
know
make
what Blade's
Whistler
supposed
also
to
a
be
black
like.
guy, that's gonna be big because Whistler was this. I mean, here's the thing that people are probably gonna be upset about Blade, or at least the original Blade trilogy, is like Whistler's this white guy who raised this poor black kid who happened to be a daywalker vampire into this superhero in New York. And it's like, well, we can't have that for the new Blade. We got to make sure that Whistler is, ethnically diverse or ethnically ambiguous.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is, like, you heard about what they're doing with Interview with the Vampire, right? They're making Louis Black.
Yeah.
But he's not going to be a plantation owner. Did you hear what they're going to make him?
Yeah, they're gonna make him a brothel owner.
A pimp. They're making him a pimp.
They're gonna make him a pimp.
Really missing the mark there, aren't they?
The funny thing, though, in the article I was just sharing, that they made a joke about something in there about diversity in the movie, and it's like that's basically Eternals. It's diversity in the movie.
Oh my God.
Well, I mean, when the closest thing to a white guy in Shang-Chi is Ben Kingsley, who was born in India. It's just like, yeah, you're not really
Indian. Is he English?
Well, I mean, his family is British, but he was born in India.
He was born in India. Okay.
Yeah, because at that time when he was born, India was still under British
rule.
British rule,
so to speak. Yeah.
By the way, the Trinity Gamer, thank you so much. He sends us a thumbs up pair, giving us a thumbs up. So thank you very much for that. And I also saw this, which cracked me up. Zendaya as the new Blade. Oh God. That cracks me up, but that cracks me up, but at the same time, I'm like, shut up, Eclair, quit giving them ideas.
I think I would watch that just to roast it.
Well, I mean, because she's a vampire daywalker, she'd have super strength. So, I mean, she wouldn't have to be physically imposing at that point.
Well,
so
Zendaya doesn't have to be Blade. She can be like the what's it called, like the vampire queen or whatever, right? Like
she could be a vampire queen, yeah.
Yeah. What was that? What was her name?
She looks too young.
The one that Aaliyah played, remember? She played like that.
Wasn't it called Vampire Queen? Or Queen of the Vampires?
Queen of the Vampires or whatever. Yeah. I forget her name though. I think it was like
I think she was supposed to be Egyptian.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it was Nosferatu,
are you talking about
but it was
Queen of the Damned?
Queen of the Damned.
Queen of the Damned, maybe, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. She could be something like that, and then Blade has to go kill her. Like Blade's mom, right? Like Blade's mom was a vampire, so maybe like Zendaya as Blade's mom. There you go.
No, I mean Zendaya looks like she's 12.
Yeah, that's
that's true.
Whole other bag of worms in the industry.
Yeah, but vampires don't age.
That's true. She could have been a teen pregnancy.
Yeah.
There you are.
I guess.
Yeah, Queen of the Damned. That's what I was thinking. That's not really
just be weird when you got Mahershala Ali, who's like 58. He's like, "Mom, to Zendaya."
It's gonna be funny. Hey, that would get those Marvel laughs. Yeah. Hold on. Let me share my screen here so we can go back to the Star Wars episode. I mean, what if episode of
Oh yeah, because now we're in like the third act where this is Killmonger's plan to take over Wakanda.
Wakanda forever.
Yeah, Wakanda forever. Here we go. Getting invaded by the clone army. There they are. Well, they're not clones.
Look at that shot.
might
Similar
as
to
well
like
be.
Vader walking, escorting the troops.
What, this scene?
A little bit similar in framing to Vader escorting
Oh,
the.
you're kind of right,
monk.
man.
True.
Yeah.
It's got that same vibe.
Yep.
I thought this whole scene was like a Star Wars thing. The same thing as when he's locking out. I thought that too. And same with this scene when he's like bringing out the clone, or not the clones, but they're all like coming out of the
You might as well
planes.
just say clones.
Yeah, they are
I
clones.
mean, I should say clones, but
Almost
they're.
not.
But no, they had the robot army too, though. Like then they build the clones to battle the robot army. So the droid army. They're
silly
like the
for
droid
all
army.
the wrong reasons.
Yeah. So then these dudes are heading towards Wakanda, and he's all like, "I found a dad." Oh God. They find
kills him.
Oh yeah, and he kills him, and then he kills him because he wants to, like pretend.
This is his offering to Wakanda.
Yeah.
To show how civilized they are, here's the offering of a dead body from a state enemy.
Oh my God, you were right.
Wow,
You were
that's
spot
a
on.
great
With a
point.
gift.
Script. I didn't even think about it. Here's my sacrificed offering to your
An enemy of the state, I bring before you dead. Let
your
me into your
extremely
kingdom.
civilized society. Here's a dead body.
That's
Thank
currency in Wakanda when they because they have everything, right? They're solely self-sufficient. What's their currency? State enemies.
State enemies, yeah.
I
Dead
bet you
bodies.
anything Jayne didn't show up because she actually liked this episode and she was like, I don't want them to make it.
She would have made it. She would have defended it.
She would have. It's true. She would have defended it.
I don't know about that.
It's too bad she's not here. It's too bad. Okay. Because this is getting good. This is when the queen starts being like, the queen. Wait, is that her? Like the
No,
that's another one.
No, I
supposed to
mean,
be-
like,
I
is
think
that
that's supposed
the
to be Denai Grace's character?
Yeah, is it like that's what I'm talking about? Is it Arroyo or whatever her name is?
No, because she has the red triangle thing pattern on her head, and these ones are clearly clean shaven.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. But in the movies she didn't have the triangle thing. I don't
If she did, it was so subtle within the makeup that I did not pick it out.
Oh my god. I can't even tell anymore. I thought this was Arroyo for a second. So then the mom this little girl, like Cherie or whatever her name is.
Yep.
She's all like, I don't trust this dude. She's like the only one that's like, I don't know about this. You guys, we shouldn't trust this outsider.
And she's sitting there looking like she's 6 years old.
He's got a Wakanda tattoo on his inner lip.
Oh, by the way, look, they do have that stuff. I just saw it on their head. Hold on, if I can pause it on that scene. It's on, like, you could see it from the side. There it is. I don't know if you saw it. It's like on here.
I think that's a shadow.
No, it was painting. Hold on. There it is. There it is.
There you go. Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
So they have like this weird painting on here. Well, some of them do, some of them don't. But anyways, I don't know why she's like
well, because this is
5
like
years
years.
old here.
This is the years before Black Panther.
This is like she's supposed to be, I think, like 13 or something.
Yeah, this is, I think, it's supposed to take place like 2009.
Yeah.
Where Black Panther takes place in
it's
2018.
it's whenever Iron Man came out.
Yeah,
This
roughly
was-
within that year period.
2008. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay. Yeah,
Oh,
because I
fine.
was like, yeah, because then
this
that
is
would
the
make her
accelerated
around.
Killmonger plan where everything happens before the Marvel universe even starts. So
Yeah.
Right.
They haven't even found Captain America, as far as I know, right now.
no.
Or Thor.
Yay, 70 likes. Everybody smash the like. Yeah, that's what I meant. I meant Io. I thought her name was Arroyo for a second. I don't know. I forget everybody's name. I'm not good at names. But yeah, I thought it was her, but it's not her, apparently. So This part was funny too.
Like, oh,
Yeah,
I get
he's
to
like-
see my nephew after
Yeah.
I killed his father 25 years ago.
Well, that was like one of the things that we're debating is like, did he kill his father? It's like it was kind of unclear what his motivations were.
Yeah,
It's
I can't.
It sounded like the uncle like took off though, like no, I mean, or the dad or whatever.
It's weird. It's really weird. This is my problem with a majority of these what if stories is that the whole thing with what if is you change one thing, and for a lot of these they keep changing a lot of things. It's what if this happens and then this happens and then this happens.
Yeah, well, because like the dude had the ring of the father, so he left Wakanda, and then like how did he get the ring then, right? If he wasn't in Wakanda and if he died in Wakanda, like how would his son have the ring?
I don't know.
That in Black Panther, the dad died in Oakland.
Yeah, I think what is his dad's name? Tachanka?
Yeah, I mean either T'Challa killed him or basically one of the guards.
Anyway, it was Black Panther's father who killed Killmonger's father.
Yeah, killed his brother because he refused to come back to Wakanda. Basically, what Killmonger's father did was do like what the Amish do when they reach a certain age. They go out into the real world to see if they like it or not, and then they can choose to return or what have you. But Wakanda's like, come out, but you have to come back. And he was like, no, I married a woman. I have a child here, and we will go back and we'll be part of the family when we're ready or something of that nature. And
so, but when we met, because everybody's saying that Shuri like looks like way too young. So like when we met Shuri though, like she was
21-ish,
like 21-ish, right? Like
2018.
I don't know. Is she 18 to 21, right around there?
Something around there, yeah.
This
would be 10 years before that.
Pretty young, even then in the movie. I thought her character was like in her teens, late teens.
I thought in the movie she was like 15, 16.
Yeah.
But in here, she straight up looks like a 6-year-old. Like she looks really
well. That
young.
would make sense if she was like 15 or 16 in the movie. It would make sense why she's like around 8 or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that would make sense. Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, the army shows up. These armies of crazy, mechs. There's the painting again. They're built by Americans.
We'll be home in time for lunch. Oh,
I know. I saw that.
That's a 90s joke.
Oh man, they did. Like,
I mean,
they
the other
dissed
part
you guys
is
so
that
hard.
America doesn't build anything anymore, so I mean, they're not really wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, listen, we can change that if we just invest locally in businesses that do manufacturing here.
Oh my
What
gosh!
are you talking about? Everything's made in China these days. Nobody builds anything.
So basically, these drones are made in China.
So he's telling them like, let's make a plan and have the robots come into the city, and then we can like close the force field, and then they'll lose contact with the Americans.
With the AI controlling them, yeah.
With Jarvis or whatever.
Which makes zero sense.
It's like, like wouldn't they be independently run?
But I
to a degree, like on automation.
They were like on a hive mind, I guess, or like the Borg. I don't know.
Well, basically, it's like on automations. Like they're pre-programmed with this tactics, but they can get satellite orders from Jarvis to change tactics. So if they had a force field that blocked out satellite communications, boom, they don't have Jarvis to coordinate, but they're still just doing their normal kill everything that's not us programming.
Right.
Because that would be the default. It's like, oh, they're behind enemy lines. We lost contact. Well, we know they're going to kill everything that's not another drone, so we just have to wait until whatever it is that's blocking the signal is destroyed. Then we can regain contact and shut them down, and then send our organic human troopers in to do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. This is the dream. Yeah. Okay. So they're saying like they won't have time to rebuild, and they won't have the vibranium left to rebuild anyways. So we'll be able to beat them.
Wait a second. I just realized something. If this is supposed to be 7 years in the past, shouldn't Killmonger look like he's in his like
late teens,
early 20s?
That's why I'm saying the age thing doesn't work, because he's looks
still
exactly
like 35.
the same.
Yeah,
they're not
35.
But she looks like she's 5, so I don't know.
No, look at that.
No,
well, I would say she looks more like she's 8 or 9, because
Yeah, she
5-year-olds
looks
still
about
look like
8 or
children,
9.
like actual babies.
Yeah.
That's true. I guess she looks like 8. But still, like, dude, and then she, the ending though, like, she's 8. Okay,
That's not
anyway.
an ending.
No.
But we'll
It's
get
not
there.
even a cliffhanger either. It's just
Wow, it was so bad. Okay.
It's funny because like when it is like it's over, it's like, well, I'm not complaining.
I know. I was
but where's
like,
the rest of it?
Yeah,
I felt more
it was
like
pretty
that
funny.
about the last episode though. Like I was like, where's part 2? We need another one, like the zombie one.
Yep.
But this one, I was like,
Oh, you know they're gonna do that. You know they are.
Oh,
what, the
no.
part 2 of the zombie one?
I'm pretty sure they are.
Well, that's what Script Doctor was saying, but I guess we think that they're going to do it for season 2.
Probably.
Yeah, because it doesn't seem like it's going to be now.
Why does there even need to be? There's not enough material to do a season 2 What If at this
Not
point.
with how fast they're jumping through all the characters. No, absolutely. Like,
I thought you said that they already made it though.
They did make it, yes. The 18 episodes have been produced. They're releasing the 9 this year and then the next 9 next year.
Yeah, so there you go. You have your season 2 already. So it's just basically from then on if they're going to do a season 3 or not. But this kid's just like super like not trusting him. Why should we trust like you and everything like that?
Exactly.
This guy's what's it called? There was another comment that was funny. Like Rory says, why is Killmonger bothering explaining this to a kid? Well, he's explaining it to like everybody there. Like they're all there, I think. Like the king is there. Yeah, the queen
he's
is
like
there.
wearing the exact same uniform. I almost said episode. He's wearing the exact same episode. He's wearing pretty much it is. He's wearing the exact same uniform he wore in the Black Panther movie. It's like,
yeah, he changed again. Yeah, that's true. And if I had the chance to avenge my father, I wouldn't hesitate. Ooh, that should have been a clue. Should have been a clue that we're gonna kill everybody here. Idiots.
Yeah, he sits there and he announces to everyone what he's planning to do, and and the little girl's like,
he told them straight up. He was like, "Well, I'm gonna kill y'all. Just telling you right now. That's what's gonna happen."
God.
but he didn't kill them. That's what I thought he was going to do. But no, he didn't kill them. He defeated his own robots, I guess, to ingratiate himself.
Yeah, and then took over.
But he wanted them to like, gain his trust. So that's why he killed his own robot, so that he can be like, I'm taking over Wakanda.
But shouldn't he have killed the king though?
That's what I thought. Like, don't you have to kill the king to become the king? I don't
Or
know.
at least beat them in battle.
Maybe that was part of his long game.
Maybe that's maybe that's part 2.
No,
He already got
part
the
2.
costume.
Make it stop.
So this is the part I was so confused about, because I was like, why is the queen
On the front line.
like the
'Cause she's
front
the
line?
She's the general.
She wasn't the general in the movie, though, was she? I don't remember this.
I don't remember.
She
and I
stayed
really
home
don't
while the
care.
rest of the people fought in Wakanda.
Yeah, I don't remember this at all. Like in the movie when they were like doing the crazy war and like
Nita,
Bucky
don't question.
was
Just
there.
consume. Just consume.
Sorry, comics. Now she's like such a powerful woman. She's like, I don't know. This just seems so bad. I was just like, dude.
What a difference a few years make. When did this movie come out? 2018?
What?
Black Panther came out
Black
in
Panther?
2018, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What a difference 3 years makes.
Oh yeah.
Well, if you have kids, that's true.
That's true. And then they show up. Meanwhile, like these guys are watching from the balcony. This is the drone command center, and the Americans just look like fools like every 5 seconds. The military just looks like freaking dumbasses. And then these guys are like watching from the balcony, and he's like, she's still not trusting anything. He's like, he's family. Like the king is like totally like oblivious to what the hell is going on. I'm like, the king's a
just
freaking
like
moron.
Tony, right? He's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, he's a total moron. I'm like, what? Like, why? Why would you trust this guy?
Well,
like, it makes no sense.
Well, you have to make them a total moron, or else Killmonger's so-called 4D chess doesn't work.
Yeah.
He did bring a dead body to the door.
To be fair, he showed up like a dog with a dead rabbit.
Yeah, that's he did do that. So I guess that kind of covers the fact that he trusts him. I don't know. Okay. Then they let in the robots. Then they start the war, which again, this scene was really funny to me because they only have one row of shields. I was like, why? Why would you have one row? Like when you have oh, by the way, he pressed this button.
Beeper. Yeah, his fob turns them on again.
Yeah. So they all like turn on again.
1 for off, 2 for on.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
This part, I was like, what? They have one row of shields? Like when you have, look at.
Well, the other thing too, okay, this is what bothers me about it. Even if, vibranium can cut through other metal, like it's like a hot knife through butter, they still have projectiles.
Yep.
Okay. They would be mowing people down with spears because people with spears still have to run up to stabby the giant robot.
Yep.
Yeah.
And when you throw them, you don't have the spear anymore. You better have another one.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why I say why only have one row of shields? Because then if you had like another row here and even another row here, like you could at least protect some of the ones with the projectiles like coming, from above or whatever. Either way.
Too, that a lot of people don't take into consideration. Just because another piece of metal can cut through another piece of metal doesn't mean a human has the strength to do it.
Yeah. That's
God
right.
Just saying.
Yeah. And here's
requires
but I'm sure I'm overthinking it and I'm being pedantic.
But this is what I'm talking about. Like, why have only one row of defense? Like, this makes no sense to me. I'm like, shouldn't you have more shields? I don't like when your first line of defense breaks.
You're asking logical questions about something that contains zero logic.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not even a military strategist, though. I'm not even a military strategist.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
We have robots that shoot rockets that never shoot the rockets to kill the people.
The rockets that go on a parabolic trajectory, which is over top of the shields.
Yeah.
The animators are not battle technicians, clearly. Play a game of Risk, for God's sake. And then
I think that's all they did play,
tech?
and that's why their battles are like this, actually. It's like, play 3 cards, roll your dice, and collect your territory.
Hey,
I love Risk, but
Risk taught me a lot about tactics. Okay?
Well, it talks to you about placement and strategy. It doesn't actually teach you about combat.
Yes, strategy, which this needs. Like, what is the strategy here? You need another line of defense.
They just want something to look cool and blue and light things up.
Well, don't get me wrong. The technology of the Wakandans in the movies is actually really cool. It's just that it's not utilized in a very fun or creative way.
No, it does. There's a lot of things that don't make sense. It's like if I get it, okay, they're going for the African aesthetic, so that's the reason why they have the spears. But why not have something? I try to remember what
bow and arrows. Those are pretty useful.
No. Just they could have spears, but spears that shoot projectiles. I want to say that was done in another movie or something like that.
I think there was a Marvel cartoon where the spears had like laser blasts in them.
Yeah.
Like the tip opened up and it was like a nozzle for like energy weapons.
I'm trying to remember what that was from.
It would have been one of the Black Panther animated features.
Oh, shit, I know what it was from. It's from Stargate.
Stargate, yes, that too.
Yeah. They could have done something very similar to Stargate if they were trying to go for that kind of aesthetic.
Yeah, they had
what
the
Stargate
staff
did.
and the laser thing, yeah.
They kind of did that too, like in that new video game. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it or played it in Horizon Zero Dawn, where at first you have these spears and then later on, like you upgrade your spear and it like shoots stuff, like the spear shoots things. So they could have done like very similar stuff to that too. But hey, man, this is just about this one guy. You don't got anyone to back you up, dude. It's all you. You got it. You got to protect your entire army. This is on you, man. That's it.
I just noticed that's. Do you think it's kind of funny that if you look at it, all the people who are fighting are women, but the people holding the shields are men.
Yep.
Oh my God, you're right. I didn't even think about that. Okay, hold on.
That goes with my joke about how I want to see the next World War fought with holy women.
Well, I mean,
display support.
The fact that they have a shield, and they're men. They have a shield. It's essentially called would be I guess abbreviated as a cock block.
Oh my God!
Oh, you're right. They're all dudes.
No,
or would it be a beaver dam? Well, I mean, it's actually not preventing the beavers from jumping over to fight. It's not blocking them. But yeah, you have a couple of things: cock blocking and beaver damming.
You're right, though. They are all dudes. I didn't even think about that. Mind you, I think in Wakanda, like that's one of their strategies is that they have like the different like sects. Like one sect does the battle and then the other one does the protection.
I thought the whole thing though in Wakanda is that like the royal guards were female.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Royal guards were female. Yeah. Because again, just like in Coming to America, you have the royal helpers that bathe Eddie Murphy's character.
Wipers?
Yeah, the wipers, the bathers.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that movie's so great.
It is.
But yeah, you're right. But then they have the queen. Yes, queen. She like jumps over them. She's like, "You freaking dead, bitch." She like jumps.
I was full expecting her to get killed by the robots. Again, those things have guns. Okay, why aren't they using the guns and murdering?
Are they out of ammunition already?
I was so expecting her to get killed too. I was expecting her to get killed. I was expecting Pepper Potts to get killed because I was like, oh, because she was like on to Killmonger the whole time, and I was like, oh, she's so dead, like he gonna kill her, but he never killed her.
Well, the other thing too, I was thinking about is like if they wanted to kill Tony, what should have happened is the moment that he confronted Killmonger just should have stabbed him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's pretty much what happened, like a little bit, but
no, there was a little more to it. I mean, he sealed the room and sicked the robot on him, but it
yeah,
it never should have gotten as far as it did. Yeah, because at that point is when it became dumb.
Yeah, why is the Queen Mother flying? Because she's like, I mean, this lady is like the most. She's crazier than the freaking Black Panther, man. I was like, holy shit! She just jumped over like all these guys. She like jumped over them, went over and started killing all the robots. I was like, what? And then this dude, he's like, I'm gonna get on this rhino and charge and help out. But not really because it's all his robots.
But that's another thing too. For an advanced civilization that's supposed to be Wakanda, why are they riding rhinos? I mean,
they're like
cool
electronic rhinos.
It doesn't make any sense though.
No, the rhinos with the vibranium armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you are.
Yeah. And then of course
but they have like flying, hover ships and shit. It's like why do you need rhinos?
They actually have planes with rail guns. And
wait, is it real rhinos? They're just wearing armor?
They're rhinos with armor.
God, that's even worse than I thought. Because I thought they were like I thought they were like mechanical fucking things.
Robot rhinos.
It kind of makes robot sense, like in Star Wars, where you have like these. You're in the middle of a desert, and the desert is going to clog up machinery, so they, use
ride dewbacks.
Yeah, they ride the dewbacks. But
exactly.
Like you said, they have ships with rail guns, so it's like why?
And on top of that, they're fighting on grass. Like that's not going to clog up your machinery.
Dude, they had a spaceship in like the second episode that flew out and went and found T'Challa in like the galaxy.
But yet they're riding on rhinos. None of this makes sense.
Our culture's more important than strategic advantage.
200 Watt Studios, thank you so much for the $5. Says, I think they should have done what if Killmonger had killed Panther and become king? The ramifications, I agree. Yeah. The ramifications, how does that change Infinity War or Endgame? I agree. I agree
my take on it was, what if Killmonger became Black Panther?
Yeah. Just follow just he becomes king. That's the movie. Actual T'Challa dies. They don't find his body. Nothing happens, and they just keep going from there. Which basically would mean he'd take over the world. Initially, I thought what they're going to do with this, and this is the funny thing, is like whenever they do something with Black Panther, they always bring it back to Wakanda. Like they did it with episode 2, they did it with this one. Because initially I thought it was going to be about almost like be like a buddy cop film, but it was going to be like a buddy film between Killmonger and Tony. And I thought we were going to see something completely different, and no.
Yeah, like I thought that too, but then again, I thought that would like it might be cool if they had it like so that like he killed like one of the Pepper Potts, and then maybe like that's the other thing that they could have shown, kind of like the way they did with Doctor Strange, and how like, you know, what if Doctor Strange lost his heart? It would have been like kind of similar, like because like yes, Tony did lose his heart literally, and he became Iron Man. But if he lost Pepper Potts, like what would he be like if he had lost Pepper?
Yeah.
I think that would have been really cool too. Hey, Dmajini.
What's up,
Good to
Dmajini?
see you.
Hey, Dmajini, how's it going?
I wonder if Dmajini liked this episode. So that they just slay. They slay. They kick ass and they kill all the robots. Mostly the women do. He does some things. And she's all like, for T'Challa, because that's his mom.
I don't know why that translated to T'Challa forever in my head.
T'Challa forever.
T'Challa forever.
Oh no, this freaking show. She was all like so sad, like when she was like, oh my god, T'Challa. And I'm like, you never stop to look at someone in the middle of a battle. Like even if they're having a battle cry,
Oh my
like
God, no.
never stop. Like you gotta
die.
you gotta be aware, man. You gotta be aware. But they all stop and they're like, yeah, I guess because they had killed all of the robots by then.
With spears.
With spears. So the robots are dead. The Americans are made a fool. And then, you know, the drone link is offline. He killing all those things, the Stark thingies. This dude's still watching because he's the watcher.
The creeper.
That is kind of
He's got a
though.
sad face watching that, yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of sad about it. Mind you.
I want to change the channel, but I can't.
Where's
Too
the
busy
remote?
fapping while watching this.
Ew. God.
Come on, he looks creepy.
Dmajini says he liked this episode.
Oh, well, great. I'd love to hear his take on stuff like that. That'd be awesome.
I can send you a link to Dmajini if you feel like jumping on for a minute and sharing your thoughts. But we're about to wrap this up soon, so it's totally fine if you can't make it. Let me just quickly send you the link. Because it would be nice for someone who actually liked the episode to be here. Because I didn't. It's like, what? The Watcher is still watching. Oh, yeah, this is when he becomes Black Panther. Because he wasn't even Black Panther yet.
Nope.
No, he wasn't.
No, he hasn't. He hadn't taken the drink yet.
No.
He hasn't taken the purple drink.
Yeah,
Oh,
you gotta
God.
you
It
gotta
is
take
purple.
that Bill Cosby juice.
No, it's basically like every kid is like, we got some purple stuff, and oh, Sunny D is like, no,
Sunny
you want
D.
the purple stuff. That's gonna make you Black Panther.
Yeah, you want that purple shit. 201 Studios, thank you so much for the $5. Says Comix Division is right. What if was all about one change, one premise? This show doesn't get it.
No, it doesn't.
No, it's true. It doesn't.
Like I said, the closest thing that got to it was episode 4 with Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. That was probably my favorite one so far. Second favorite being the zombie one. Mind you, I don't like the zombie one that much anymore.
I didn't like it, period.
Yeah,
but it was the closest thing you got to a what if story though, because the premise is, what if the Hulk fell to Earth and the Earth was infested with zombies?
But that's a good premise. Yeah.
It is a good premise.
Yeah, the Queen seemed like she took the heart shape herb. I agree. I feel like the Queen was like way too strong. Like I was like, how is she killing like everybody? Is she a Black Panther too? Like I'm so confused.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I guess I don't know. I think she drank that purple stuff when no one was looking.
We live in a world where lesbians can be men now, so nothing makes sense anymore.
Oh my God, I can't believe that's
Or
a
men
thing
can be
now.
lesbians, yeah.
Yeah.
Which, don't get me wrong,
frick?
I will totally admit to that if it gets me a job. It's like, are you a lesbian? Yes.
Oh my God, what?
But you're a man. Yeah, men can be lesbians. Come on.
So he drinks the purple stuff.
This was the only scene I actually enjoyed, like really enjoyed in this part, just because it felt more in line with the lore of Black Panther, and it has a challenge by T'Challa.
There's other Black Panthers. I wonder who are the other ones.
And the ancestors, right?
Yeah,
I think it's the ancestors. I mean, because they had that in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They didn't really show.
I am by
Aw,
no means a
kitty.
Black Panther expert, so
No, I only know casual stuff from a couple of the comics and what you learned in the cartoons that they released prior to the actual film.
Oh, he's so cute. He's a kitty.
Oh,
Kitty cat. Big kitty cat turns into a human. So he's all like, was it worth it, dude? And he's like, hell yeah, it was worth it. The cure is power, and now I have it. I'm gonna everyone up.
That's what I like about this. Is like he says, because you stole. Like this is the only scene where there's actually real conflict with the character goal of Killmonger. Like what his goal is now in conflict because he's got T'Challa saying like calling him out on his own hypocrisy and and everything. I was like, oh, this is a good scene. Are they gonna actually like turn this around? No, they're not. Not in any way.
They kind of went there, but then they stopped right like short of anything too deep. Because that's basically what T'Challa says to him. Like, is it going to be worth it for you? It'll get the best of you eventually.
And he's teaching him a lesson about merit. Actually, when you earn something, it's very, very difficult for someone else to take it. But if you steal it, it's fragile, and you have to do everything you can to hold on to it.
Right. And then meanwhile, other things are happening. Like there's Jericho missiles. This guy's ordering because they're at war now with Wakanda because Wakanda thinks that they killed Tony Stark or that they killed T'Challa and vice versa. These guys think they killed Tony Stark. Blah blah blah. And so Pepper is still like doubting everything, and then she goes into the room, and then there's Shuri, I think that's her name. And she's all, I don't believe shit either. Let's team up, yo. I'm
5 years old. Let's do this.
Yeah, I'm like freaking.
Where are your parents?
Yeah, like Gwyneth Paltrow's like, I will trust this little girl that's in my office.
She's that little girl. What's her name? The one that's a detective.
Harriet
Matilda.
the Spy or Matilda.
Yeah.
Matilda.
Yeah, Matilda or Harriet the Spy. She's one of those girls. Like she's like
Dora the Explorer.
Well, I don't know if Dora the Explorer counts as a detective, but
she does. She solves.
All right.
Yeah.
What's going on, Dmajini?
Hi.
Hey. How's it going, dude?
Everybody doing?
Yep.
We're doing good. We're just finishing up here. So, Shuri's like, yeah, here's a thing that I somehow found. Wait, how'd she find that recording?
Because she's smarter than everybody else.
Exactly. He's got it.
There you go.
That was this is actually the one part I really didn't like is that because right now she's supposed to be like, all right, you that smart though, like, which that's what we can expect for Riri Williams too. That's what you're gonna expect from her.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, dude.
Because that's what's gonna be happening in is Wakanda Forever. Riri Williams is actually gonna be introduced in it, which is ridiculous because she's coming. She's gonna be in Wakanda Forever.
Why?
Because
She's
all
like
the black
zero
people had to
connection.
be in the black people show. Then you know that's like why that's how in Shang-Chi all of the Asian people had to be in the Asian show. That's why.
Apparently, I guess
they don't know what diversity means. Diversity doesn't mean not white. Diversity means you put everybody in it. That's what diversity means.
Yes.
Yeah,
You
their
know
definition
that.
for diversity is
I
homogeny.
know that, but they don't know it.
Yeah, Disney thinks diversity means like, oh yeah, every person of the same ethnicity, they all know each other.
Yeah.
Wait, Riri Williams is that Ironheart girl?
That's Ironheart. Yeah,
that's
she's from
Ironheart,
Chicago,
absolutely.
which is
She's
way
from
far away from Wakanda.
What the?
Probably never
frick?
heard of Wakanda.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I mean, I didn't mind this episode. I thought the other two were better, but this didn't piss me off. This didn't piss me off.
It didn't
It
piss
was
me
boring,
off. I
man.
just thought it was a retread of shit we've already seen before, just with like the formula, twisted a little bit.
You know what?
and
I'm
some
glad
knobs
you
turned.
mentioned that. I'm glad you mentioned that because that's what I'm noticing a lot of too. Is that repackaging of the same thing? I mean, I know this is a totally different topic, but I mean, we are literally getting a remake of every effing thing.
Yes.
Everything.
Well, dude, even Ant-Man was basically Iron Man.
Yeah.
With the heist, with the heist angle.
With the
yeah.
heist.
I will say this though,
it's the exact same story.
I will say this: it does follow the same beats. It still retains a little bit of the Edgar Wright flair, but I was actually surprised that it still felt like it was same but different, familiar, but kind of stood apart. Didn't hit as popular as all the other Marvel films, but like Peyton Reed did, I was actually quite impressed with that. I was not expecting.
I would have
much
liked to see what
Wright
Edgar Wright could have done with that movie.
I think it would have probably been more of a period piece, like set back in like the 70s.
Is that what he was trying to go for?
I don't know. Like I haven't spoken to him since before. Like I remember I spoke to him once when he was announced that he got the deal.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a nice big like meeting with a whole bunch of filmmakers and writers and stuff. It was like a little showcase thing. And we were all asking like, well, what's your take? What's your angle? He's like, I'm not telling you. It's going to be, I don't want to ruin the surprise. So we never knew what it was going to be. And the only thing I've ever heard from after the fact is that a lot of what he intended to do still made it to production of Ant-Man.
Well, there's definitely things that felt like Edgar Wright, like the whole thing with the one character where he's like narrating stuff.
Oh yeah, like John Pena, I think is his name.
Yeah, he was actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
He was great. I loved him in that movie.
Matter of fact,
his character was fucking funny.
The first Ant-Man, didn't that have Anna Connor in it? She was in there. She's a YouTuber. She was in that. She was the lady at the end.
The Asian reporter.
Yeah, she a YouTuber. She was in that.
Oh, there's lots of actors in Hollywood that do YouTube that are character actors. I don't know it. I only know like 3 of them.
Yeah. Well, I just knew her because I occasionally watch her show every now and then. But yeah, overall, this thing wasn't that bad. To me, I thought that the way they would, I thought at least they were doing these what ifs, but the way they, especially when they did the last one with the zombies, they're basically each what if is a different dimension. So they're not even making it like this is building up to be something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the way they ended this one seemed like they would be building up to something.
They're going to be linking them in the next couple of episodes. Apparently, there's like a mid-season trailer they released.
How many episodes does this thing having?
It has, I think 3 more. I think it's
9 this season. Yeah.
9.
Okay.
Yeah.
9 total.
So yeah, there's 3 more.
Okay.
So,
I love these short seasons, and they call it a season. That's not a season. Like to me, a season is 20 episodes minimum.
Yeah. Well, I missed the 26 episode day because that was basically, it's half your year.
Yeah.
So the next one for sure has. It seems like it's a Thor heavy one. And Doctor Strange in it.
Yeah, it's supposed to be, I think, the Doctor Strange from episode 4.
Oh, is it?
That's what I've heard.
Demon Strange?
Yeah.
Really? So they're continuing that story.
Yeah.
He found a way out of that. He found a way out of that bubble.
I tell you what, that one was the most interesting one to me. I like how he's basically he imprisoned himself. In his,
it shows you basically actions have consequences. When you
grief can be paralyzing if you don't find a way through it. Yeah.
I'm trying to see if I can see if because the promo trailer, I thought it was Thor, but it's not really because it's it's a scene from Thor from that one episode where Happy becomes gay for Thor. It's like the first episode.
Oh,
he becomes
is that Happy or
Happy?
Coulson?
That was Coulson.
Oh yeah, sorry, that was Coulson.
So when Thor gets shot at the arrow.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I don't know if that's because that's weird. Their promo things, like sometimes they like have like scenes we've seen and then scenes we haven't seen. Like there is this scene here. Let me just share my screen here. Where I think this is Gamora, unless it's She-Hulk. Because you have.
Let me blow this up.
That looks more Gamora.
Oh, that's Gamora.
Yeah, that's Gamora.
Yeah,
Gamora.
so
She's
there's
definitely
You see the
whiter.
lines in her face. The lines in her face is Gamora.
Definitely on the forehead, yeah.
Yeah, so there's Gamora's gonna be in it, and then there was this scene that I just saw with
When the Guardians, they
T'Challa.
basically in New York.
So yeah, it's the Multiverse Avengers.
I think so, and then there's some stuff with what's his name? Doctor Strange. Like there was a thing where he was like standing there. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Oh yeah.
That's the evil Strange.
Yeah.
I don't know
Is
who the
that
hell
supposed
this
to be
is.
Thor?
It's Evil Strange.
I think it's Thor.
Looks like a kid.
Like I think
No,
it's like
that-
a
I don't-
long.
I don't think that's Thor.
No, it's someone. I don't know. Is that supposed to be Captain Marvel?
Yeah, you know what?
I don't know.
Yeah, that looks like the gold in her suit.
Yeah, but
It looks
looks
like
like
a
she has bare
dude,
arms.
though.
So.
It looks like a dude, and the other one's evil Doctor Strange because he's got the bat wing.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
he's also got
cape.
the sunken eyes too. So.
Yeah.
Oh my god, doggy!
Yeah.
Oh, we love doggies.
Come on,
Oh,
come on, look,
look.
oh, look at me, look at the camera. Come on, come on.
Look
Come
at
on.
the
Come on.
doggy.
Nope.
Bye.
He's like, I'm
Yeah.
out.
Never mind. Whoops. Okay. So yeah, there was another scene though. Here, let me see if I can find the other scene because there was another one from another. There's two different ones. That's the so weird. These Disney Plus promos. It's like, why don't you make a proper promo of your freaking next
And
episode?
Isn't Visions coming out this week too?
I fucking love the clown nose.
Oh, that is funny. I just realized that. That's a good one you got then, I like that.
Oh, what? Like on my thumbnail?
Yeah,
Why-
yeah, yeah.
Oh, I had to make him a clown. He was a
Yeah,
clown.
he was totally clowned.
Okay, so this is the other scene.
Well, that's from the other episode, yeah.
Is it from the other episode? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't think it is. I think this is the new one.
Well, no, you got the burn mark on his shirt from when the Sorcerer
yeah.
Supreme
Oh,
separated him.
okay.
So this is just a clip recapping the old one while they integrated it with the clips from the new.
Oh, this is when he was giving, or she was giving him the shield. Is that what happened? Or no, that was the other dude.
Dog, knock it off. Okay, here's the mid-season sneak peek. Let me send you that, Mina.
I don't remember what this is. Okay. Meanwhile, 200 Watt Studios, thank you so much for the $5. Says Agents of Shield was the first MCU What If. It was What If Coulson lived, and the ramifications. Really?
Well, that wasn't
they
a what
brought him
if.
back
That
to
actually
life,
was supposed to be part of the storyline.
It was supposed to be part of the MCU, and then they didn't make it a part of the MCU.
I don't and that's what really annoyed me about that because it had the potential of them doing something that nobody did before, which
Yep.
is
I hated
actually
that
bring
show
your
so much.
it bring in your TV shows to the to the movies and
Cross-platforming, yeah.
Yeah,
cross-platforming.
I thought the first season was with little weak sauce, but then because remember when they first put it out, they was like, we're not doing any powers. It's going to be just the agents, and they was like, yeah, this ain't working. The first season didn't work well. Then they was like, yeah, we're going to start bringing in the powers. They brought in Deathlock and stuff like that. And it got better. I actually didn't mind it. Like the middle of it wasn't bad, but then when they brought in the Hydra thing, that was a little weird.
Well, one of the things that they had is unfortunately with Captain America and the Winter Soldier, they removed S.H.I.E.L.D. from an aspect of the MCU. Therefore, you got rid of the entire infrastructure of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and then you made them basically this rogue agency of just one team saving the world, which was boring. Because the thing is, like, you wanted that infrastructure. You wanted it technically to be like Star Trek for the MCU on Earth, where they're going from country to country. They're meeting up other various agents. You got Maria Hill, who was Colby Smulders. The only reason they cast her is because they were expecting her to still be working in television at that time. And she would probably be like, dispatching agents to various things, and you'd have Coulson come in.
They did nothing with her.
They did absolutely nothing with
No,
her.
they wasted her at all. I think part of the reason why she left was due to Joss Whedon and what he wanted out of her, and I'm talking in performance-wise on screen.
Really?
Really?
I suspect that would be the case.
He went in on her like that? Wow, what a douche.
Oh my god.
He went
Okay.
on everyone. Like,
Yeah.
You know what's
did you not
crazy though?
read?
Because I remember when I first heard about them doing Maria Hill, and they said
Hold
it was
that
two
thought,
people.
Dmajini. Hold
Yeah.
that thought, because Teresa needs to bounce.
Oh,
Yeah.
So, Teresa, thank you so much for joining me tonight, joining us tonight. Tell everyone where they can find you before you leave.
Oh, okay. Well, you can find me here on YouTube, Miss Martin Muses, and on Twitter, Teresa2_Martin.
Her links are in the description, as well as Jayne's and the regular panelists. I will be putting Comix Division and Dmajini in the description after the show, but you can find Teresa's there now. So make sure you are subscribed and you follow Teresa on Twitter. Do you have anything coming up specific that you want to plug?
Nothing. Just to keep your eyeballs open for more Lord of the Rings. We're finishing up the Fellowship of the Ring book discussion.
There you go. There you go. So make sure you follow Teresa. Thank you so much, Teresa.
Okay, thank
See you
you.
later.
Nice meeting y'all. Okay, bye.
Good night. Okay, sorry, Dmajini. I keep going with your thought there.
what was I saying?
What was?
Oh,
we were talking
yes,
about Kobe
yes,
Smulders, yeah.
So when they had the two finalists, and they had Morena Baccarin and Kobe Smulders were supposed to be. That's what I heard, and I was like, Morena would have been perfect because remember how she had that haircut in V when they had the V reboot thing they did.
Oh yeah, the Vita series. Yep.
Yeah, I'm like, she looked good with the short hair, and she would look more like Maria Hill because Maria Hill looks like, and would she? And she, I mean, to me, I think wasn't she supposed to be Latina anyway? So Kobe Smulders really didn't make any sense with that.
Maria Hill has changed ethnicities over the years between the Ultimates and the cartoons and the comics.
Well, the Ultimates doesn't count.
Yeah, the Ultimates does not.
The Ultimates doesn't count.
Yeah, Ultimates is the Ultimates. They don't count.
I definitely did not. I was not feeling that new V. I can tell you that much right now.
Well, I think Marina was signed to do Gotham around the time they were casting her for that, and she wanted to do Gotham because she'd already been sleeping with the guy who was.
Oh, she's married to the dude now.
Yeah, because she was married to someone else. She was married to someone else before she married. She divorced him and married the guy who played Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah,
Man,
by the way,
into like all that drama, eh? Like, oh,
well,
this
you
girl
just
was
hear these
banging
weird.
This guy and like all this shit.
Well,
like,
obviously he works in the industry, so he hears the gossip. So
I like to hear that stuff for science.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
One of the reasons why I have a rule which is like don't date talent is because of this type of thing. It's like there's no trust no matter what you have in there.
90 like high,
Marina
only 10
got
more likes to 100
nice.
people.
Yeah, hit that like button, please. Like for instance, like Marina, she got married while she was doing V, I believe, and then she started dating the other guy when she got on, but just before she got into Gotham, and they were having an affair, and then she gets pregnant. Well, because she hasn't been sleeping with her first husband, divorces him when she gets pregnant, then marries the new guy.
What?
That's wilding, yo. You wilding.
Oh my!
But I mean, they're
She's hot though. I
apparently
will give her
happy and
that.
in love.
She's
and-
hot.
Yeah, they're apparently happy and in love still and doing all that stuff, which is fine.
And they're probably secretly cheating on each other.
Maybe.
Probably.
I mean, I know
Probably.
Scarlett Johansson's definitely cheating on her Colin Jost new husband because like she married
What?
him only so that he can take care of her kid. Like, there's no way.
Wow.
Because he's such a beta male.
Listen,
and-
Dude.
ladies of Hollywood, come see the pimp. I got something for you.
If ScarJo gets divorced in like the next little while, you heard it here first, folks.
Well, I mean, that's her third marriage because she was married to Ryan Reynolds and then
I
she
remember
married
that,
to
yeah.
another guy.
Mhm.
And she usually marries people that, like when she was married to Ryan Reynolds, that was kind of like her marrying up. And then Ryan Reynolds kind of went a little flat because all the Van Wilder craze kind of died out and he was doing some other stuff. So then she divorced him. And then she married this guy that was a nobody because she kind of wanted to see if the relationship would work, had a kid with him, didn't work out, divorced him, needed someone to take care of the kid. She did Saturday Night Live and she's like, oh, there's a beta male Colin Jost. He's got some money. He's got some stability.
Wow.
He'll be a
I
good
didn't even
father.
know she was married.
Yeah, I didn't know.
She's-
Wow, you're right, dude. 3 fucking times.
She is
That's
slowly
Hollywood.
turning
Relative-
into the 21st century version of Elizabeth Taylor.
I was about to say, we was thinking the same thing. I was
Yeah, man.
about to say that.
Wait, who is this other guy? What's his name?
Oh, I can't remember.
No, like what'd you say her husband's name was? Colin
Jost.
Jost, yeah. Yeah,
Colin Jost?
Yeah,
I
he is
never
the
even heard
head
his
writer of Saturday Night Live.
name. Just like looking him up.
He does look kind of beta male.
He's very beta male.
Oh my God, he's probably the guy that told her to sue Disney. You guys, come on.
No, that was most likely Brian Lord and Kevin Feige.
Did you hear about
look at
how?
this dude right here.
I gotta send you this article that you need to look at some point in time. It's basically, it's an article written by a woman saying why women now prefer beta males. It's pretty funny.
Really? Okay, yeah, definitely send me that article.
That's right up Nina's alley.
Oh my
She's gonna
God.
rip them to pieces.
Wow, I didn't even know she was married to this dude.
There we go. I sent it in the private chat.
Okay, thanks.
Well, listen, I'll tell you like this here. ScarJo better not come in my zone, okay? I'm just saying, she better not come in my zone.
You wish you would come in your zone. 200 Watt Studios for $2
like
says
this.
ScarJo is nicknamed Scar Ho. Damn.
I'll be like, yo, I got something for you.
Damn, that's mean. 200 Watt Studios is mean. 6 reasons why women are more attracted to the beta male personality in today's day and age. Do we want to read this here? I don't know if it's appropriate for the stream.
It's definitely a what if in a different light, though. It's like, what if beta males were useful?
This might be a great content for my Queen's Council or something like that. This is gonna be that's good. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay, well, we broke down what if. That's it. That was the show.
It was okay. It was okay show. That's all. I put my 2 cents in it.
Yeah, it was all right. I thought it
didn't
kind of
piss me
sucked,
off.
to be completely honest. I thought I didn't like this episode all that much. I definitely enjoyed the previous 2 more than this one. The first 2 were god awful.
Oh, yes, they were.
This was like a little bit better than the first 2. So like if we're going ranking wise, like I'd still say like the first 2 are
It's
way
not
worse.
overly, offensive or egregious. It's just not original, and that's
Exactly.
kind of my issue. Is it's nothing more like I said. It's than going through the refuse bins of 3 different movies and going, oh, we'll take this and this and this and this, and we'll make an episode.
And
we'll
Killmonger is a Gary
monster
Stu
episode out of it.
Yeah, and
That's-
Killmonger
that's-
is a Gary Stu. He's
He
literally
is.
a Gary Stu in this.
So is the
that
Queen.
that was the part. That part did annoy me a little bit too. That he was just way too like good.
Even before he
Yeah.
drank the purple stuff, he was
Yeah.
like, he beat like Black Panther. Like,
Oh,
he
it's like,
beat-
hey, look at this. I have those plans for this mech I'm building, but I can't figure out how it works yet. It's like, dude, you're a fucking squid.
In the Navy, yeah.
You're cunning. I would definitely say he's cunning and
Uh-huh.
resourceful.
yeah, he's
But a
smart.
mech designer? No.
Yeah,
No.
that's more like Shuri. Like that's more like a
That's more like Tony Stark.
Yeah.
or like the little girl
Shuri.
in Wakanda. Shuri, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think she's like a mech builder or whatever. Well,
Oh, and
she
I
could
forgot to
be.
tell
She's
y'all.
smart enough.
I forgot to tell you.
Maybe not when she's 8, but she's
Yeah,
smart
that's
enough.
what I'm saying. That part annoyed me too. But I forgot to tell you. The purple stuff is good stuff though. You get some purple Kool-Aid.
Oh,
The purple
Purple
Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid or purple drink,
drink.
they're good. Yeah.
That's good stuff. I'm just
I know,
saying.
right?
Now I will say this: I have not. I've been weaned off of that for a very long time. I only drink water and salsa water now because I got to watch, the carb content
And
so,
the sugar, yeah.
yeah. So I can't be messed with it. But every now and then, I'll snort some grape.
Okay, well then.
You have some of the grape that doesn't taste like the Robitussin, because that's the other part too, right? Like,
Yeah,
there's the alcohol in the Robitussin kills the grape.
I actually
flavor.
do like grape drink.
Actually, you know what? That is funny because I do remember the Tussin having the grape flavored Tussin. That's
It does,
actually pretty
yeah.
good.
I mean, it was all right, but the alcohol in it is what killed it for you. It's
Drink
like, wait
enough
a
of that
minute.
shit. Oh my god, that stuff messes you up if you
Yep.
drink too much. 200 Watt Studios, thank you so much for the $2. Says the show was a turd, but Nina is always a diamond. Oh, well, thank
Nice.
you. That's so sweet. Vertical
Flattery will
Horizon
get you
says-
everywhere.
It will, and on this channel for sure. Vertical Horizons, all of it is meh MCU in full steam ahead, and that's one of the things too is that in this episode, like the MCU was definitely like present and
it was
accounted
there.
for. It was there, like the Queen being like more powerful than the Black Panther. She didn't have none of that like purple stuff, but she was like super strong. And she was just like, she's jumping over people and like stabbing robots. I mean, that she was next level. And then there was like Pepper Potts and Shuri, like the 8-year-old who's like solving murders and figuring out like everything that nobody else could figure out.
Like Nancy Drew.
Yeah, it's like Nancy Drew. It was totally Nancy Drew. That's who I was thinking of, Script Doctor. I was thinking,
Where's
of
your
Nancy
parents?
Nancy, like Shuri Drew, and like the murder at the murder at the office or whatever.
What's really sad is that because Venture Brothers is only getting like one more kind of farewell season, I really hope they start making. I really would hope that. I think they got the money to do it. I really hope they're able to make fun of the change of the MCU because, again, the whole "Where's your parents?" to the 8-year-old detective from Wakanda is totally a Venture Brothers premise.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
I'm so glad because they kind of left it on that cliffhanger. It's like they need to fucking wrap that show up.
They do. Oh, it's such an epic show.
I still have to watch it. I've never.
Oh my god, it's so good.
You will love it.
I gotta watch it. But
makes
now,
fun of everything.
But now that you're telling me that they've canceled it and left it on a cliffhanger, I'm almost
I think they crowdfunded for a final season.
Yeah, I want to say that was like when it was announced. I at Jackson Public and the other dude. I was like, fucking crowdfund this.
Yeah, Doc
we
Hammer
won't give
and
you
Jackson
money.
Well, maybe I'll watch it when that shit finally comes out. Why do I keep getting spammed with like weird?
You're a popular
sex
channel
bots?
now.
Yeah, you are a popular channel now. If you're having the hot girls webcam show up.
Am I successful?
That's a sign of success.
Is that what that means? Oh my god, you guys!
I
made it.
I see y'all bringing up the MCU. I'm like, at this point, I want them to just do it. Just do it.
Oh, they are doing
it.
They are doing it.
No. I mean, just like just say it and do it. Like, do it. Like I don't even like. I don't want to see no more guys in the MCU. How about that? Let's just get rid of all of them. I want to see if this works. Kind of like, I don't know, the whole thing with Shang-Chi. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna be number one. Yeah, you were number one for like 4 days. That's it. 4 days. That's all you get out of that.
Actually,
that movie is not.
Macho's going to knock it out.
That movie is not going to make. It's not going to make its money back. It's just
It's not.
What, Shang-Chi?
Shang-Chi?
It's not gonna.
No.
It's not going to make.
I don't think so. With
Let
all
me
this,
go refresh the numbers on it. Let's see what it has.
yeah,
right now.
please do, because that's the other thing too, is like all the stuff that came out about Simu Liu over the weekend. I don't know. I feel like
the only people I heard bringing it up is us. You don't even see no more commercials on it anywhere.
Well, Marvel Studios, the Twitter account
is where it's at.
How much?
288 million.
Oh, that's where it was a couple days ago.
worldwide?
So it hasn't moved anywhere.
Yeah.
So what was it Friday and Saturday? Like 10 million each?
I don't know. I'm looking at the summary. Let me see what they have for box office.
freaking 200 Watt Studios. He's like, is that you advertising your webcam?
Dude.
No.
Okay, so the 17th was 5,800,000. 18th was 9, and then the 19th was 6.
So today they estimated 6 million, which puts them for a worldwide total of 320.
And I kind of rounding down a bit because it's like 5.8 was 17th, 9.8 was the 18th, and then 6.1
was tonight.
Tonight.
You know what's like, but that's the thing though. Like, do you guys think? And I'm just asking because I don't know. But do you guys think that like the sales are going to be affected based on what happened over the weekend with the whole Reddit thread and like how he came out kind of like
creepy,
PEDO friendly and all that stuff?
I don't know if that really penetrates the normies like it does.
I don't think
us.
it hit them, but they did lose 230 theaters this weekend because they went down from 4,300 to 4,070.
I think a lot of it just has to do with the fact
because of the shutdowns. Like, did they
popular.
shut down again?
No, it's his third weekend. There's a new movie coming out, which is Cry Macho, which is Clint Eastwood's film.
What else is coming out this month?
I never even heard that movie.
Oh, it's actually been a movie that the script was written like 50 years ago, and it's been in. People have been trying to get
development
it made.
hell. That sounds like development hell.
50 years. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, back in the early 60s, I think, is when it was originally written, and it's been trying to get made since then.
Wow, that's when people were actually racist. Okay. Maybe it's straight up for the times now, right? Because they want to be like, yeah, like we're like the 60s now, but we're not. So I don't know.
Yeah.
There you go. People want to see the new Clint Eastwood film.
So I think out of all the kind of Marvel movies that are coming out this year, I think the one that will probably do the best is going to be Spider-Man.
Yeah. Spider-Man and probably Doctor Strange. That's the other thing. I think maybe Doctor Strange might do well too. Especially depending on how, like, if he's actually going to be in his own freaking movie.
Well, Wanda's supposed to be in it, so it's going to be a Wanda movie.
Yeah, but like
that could still drive an audience because Elizabeth Olsen is still
she's
liked.
smoking hot. Yeah,
There's that too. I know a lot of people that watched Old Boy with her in it just for that one scene where she does Josh Brolin.
She ain't no Brie Larson.
Did you ever see that one clip where she slaps Audrey Plaza's ass?
Yeah.
Did you ever see that?
Oh yeah.
That was good. I like that.
That was good. That was a nice slap.
It made me happy.
Yeah, it made me happy. And on that note, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in today.
We're ending on an ass slapping joke.
Yeah, we're ending on lesbian jokes. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, panel, for joining me tonight. Thanks, Comix Division, for coming to hang out with us, and Dmajini for coming to hang out with us on such short notice. So please tell everyone where they can find you, Script Doctor.
As I mentioned earlier, you can find me on Twitter at ScriptDoctorPhD and my YouTube channel, youtube.com/ScriptDoctor, where I do reviews and analyses of television shows and film.
Cool. Thank you. And you know what? Let me quickly look up Dmajini's channel so I can put it in the chat right now. Dmajini, tell everyone where they can find you.
Yes, you can find me on my channel, Dmajini, Dmajini. I know a lot of people. I think it's kind of got a little normal now. People know what that means. I mean, I get a couple people still calling me Dmajini or Dmajini, but it's Dmajini. Yes, I do shows Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Tuesdays is the Dark Council. I believe it will be on Lord Callus's channel this week, and I will be on there next week it should be on my channel, but this week is on Lord Callus. And then Saturdays I do my Spellbroken Live, and Sundays I do Spellbroken Game, which I just finished doing. I was playing some Final Fantasy VII Remake. We are on chapter 14 now. We have 4 more chapters left. I'm trying to get through this really quick because Shadowbringers is in I keep saying Shadowbringers. Endwalker comes out in November, and I'm going to be streaming that. That's the Final Fantasy 14 MMO, and we're going to be streaming that once November comes around. So that's what we got going for you right now. And obviously tomorrow will be my hyperspace run, which I do my bike motorcycle streams. So
nice.
Enjoy.
Perfect. Thank you, Dmajini. And I just thank you, Agent One, for modding. I also just put in Comix Division's channel in the chat. I noticed that Comix Division has a new video out called Callie Sudokana's Instant Regret 4 years later. That is a great video. Definitely check that out. This is a really interesting stuff that's been happening. Did you watch the EBS debate by any chance?
No, I missed that.
Did you miss it? Oh my god, it was crazy.
Who was he debating?
Some random SJW guy named Taylor. Something.
Really?
Yeah.
How did it go? Was it?
It was mental. It was mental. It wasn't. I wouldn't even call it a debate per se, because it wasn't really a debate. It was like that guy was just going crazy about EVS, and he just wanted to it was just all about EVS. It wasn't about Comicsgate at all. It was like a really weird debate. But I don't know. Anyways, Rudy, thank you so much for the $5. Says thank you everybody for a great show. Well, thank you, Rudy, for being here. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for pressing the thumbs up, which I'm sure you probably did. Thank you for sharing, everybody in the chat. Thank you guys all for hanging out with us every Sunday, and any other streams that you come and hang out with us. I really appreciate it. So
we need one more like for 100. Can we get one more like for 100 before we end it?
One more. Let's do it. We can do it.
One more like. Let's do it.
Let me.
Yes, you too can make Nina's day by giving her one more like.
I had to go off camera.
Did you give everybody what you got coming up? or did I just totally miss that?
Me, no.
Yeah, because you
Just tomorrow. I mean, tomorrow's Monday. So Monday I will be on Toxic Femininity at 9 Eastern. Wait, is it 9 Eastern now? I always forget.
Is it
I
9
thought it
Eastern
was
or
8
8
now.
Eastern?
I think it's 8. You're right.
I think they
It's
moved
8
it up
Eastern.
moved it up an hour or something like
We
that.
kept doing it, yeah. So 8 Eastern, 7 Central, that's my time. So tomorrow, Midnight's Edge, Toxic Femininity, 8 Eastern. That's where I will be. And then, of course, every Wednesday, I hang out with John, 10 Eastern, my channel this week as well. Fridays, I do the Good News Show Fridays, so come and hang out with me on Fridays. I got a lot going on. So make sure you're following me on Twitter so you can figure out where I am at any one time. But if you want specifics, tomorrow you can find me on Midnight's Edge. Otherwise, again, thank you, everybody. Did we get to the 100?
Yeah, we hit 101.
Yay! You guys are so awesome. Thank you.
You wonderful people have made Nina's evening by giving her over 100 likes.
You have, and you've also contributed to that Comix Division by just hanging out, coming to hang out. Thank you. Okay, everybody, have a great night. Enjoy your night, day, whatever you got going on. Let me take us out with a commercial. This is for you, Teresa. Miss you, girl. Thank you for being here earlier. Mwah. Bye.
I'm so sorry.
I'll survive.
I don't doubt it. You're an excellent specimen. I thought you were empty.
I just moved in.
I'm Charlotte Melville.
Hi. Sorry, I must have fallen asleep.